Hello, everybody at home. We are going to start in 1 second.
Good evening. All right. What year is it?
Oh, I didn't do it right. Sorry, guys. New computer problems. I apparently can't even share my screen. Of course, the one thing I didn't test.
We always do a test for things and things still happen.
Technology, right?
Technology, am I right?
All right, I see it. All right. Oh my God, it won't be able to do it until I have to quit Zoom to share my
God damn.
Pratik, you want to pull up anyone can share their screen if you want to play the theme song. I'll post
All right,
it.
let me do it. Hold on.
I'll post it in the chat for everybody. This is a very hot beginning.
The hottest of beginnings. We'll fix it in editing. All right.
Good evening. All right. What year is it? Okay. 2000. Phantom Menace on VHS. Jar Jar Binks, y'all.
Jar Jar Binks, y'all.
Phone simulation. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. 2000. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sing it with me. Let me hear you. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. Phone simulation. 2000. All right. Come on, man. Give it up for your host, Mark Hornback.
Mark Hornback. Well hung Hungarian.
Oh, hold on.
What? Wash your jeans, bring your notebook, bring your jokes. We got a microphone.
He said bring a notebook first, not bring jokes. That's second. Bring the notebook first.
2000. Thank you so much.
Synthesizers.
You're too
80s
hot.
style.
Is this thing off?
It's not off yet, Kevin.
Oh, you're laughing at me.
No, we're not laughing. I forgot how long this theme is.
Oh, this is it. Start it off.
I can't hear you. All right.
Better not turn that shit off.
All right. Hey, how we doing, everybody? Oh my God, yeah.
Woo!
Fun Simulation 2000. Even though it's 2020, we know dates here. Hell yeah. This is Fun Simulation 2000. The open mic. Give it up for the maestro. Let me see if I can put him on real quick. Give it up for Mark Hornbeck, everybody. Yeah.
Big upgrade on my camera today. Big upgrade, guys. This looks fantastic.
Mark Hornbeck is reporting live from Paranormal Activity, I guess.
Thank you, Apple. Thank you, Apple, for the haunted laptop. Thank you. This is great.
The well-hung Hungarian.
I don't know. That's not what he said.
That theme song was made by Kevin McComb of Reed's local fame. Big ups to that theme song. That's a cool theme song. Yeah, Pat, real quick, everybody's gonna count them 4 minutes, you guys. Yes, 4 minutes. Didn't we one time do like 4 minutes and 36 seconds? Like it was very fucat specific. I love that.
We usually do that.
Yeah, but not today. Today you're getting 4 minutes, and then I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. At when you have 1 minute left, you will directly message everybody in the chat, right?
Yeah, I will message you directly, and I'll look at you with these eyes on my haunted webcam.
Those fucking eyes. Those are some scary looking eyes. Those are the
The weird
eyes.
thing is my apartment's well lit right now. I don't know what's happening. It just I have all the lights on, guys. It doesn't help. I'm moving a lamp right next to me. It doesn't help.
Doesn't help. There's something wrong there. What's going on, Mark? We don't know.
You look like you stole someone's webcam. Like some teenager can't do it right now.
MySpace.
I'm never going to make it on YouTube with this.
Yeah, TikTok is over for you, Mark.
Influencers don't look this bad, right? Like this is not.
You promise, Mark. You're normally a pretty handsome dude.
The influencers in America look pretty good, but if you're in a third world country and you're an influencer, yeah, you might have that grainy.
You look like a Canadian influencer. We're behind the times. We get everything a little later.
Very northern Canadian.
No, I think it's more like you're on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm in the US.
You're on your satellite phone in Jurassic Park.
So,
you're a Channel Lakes influencer.
This week, the census people knocked on my door and I didn't answer it. I still haven't done my census. And I want to know, I'm going to use a VPN to fill it out online. What country should I fill out my census from? I want to fill out. All right. Any country will do, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have to put fucking US for your census. Put fucking Hungary, put fucking
Yeah, I'm gonna fill it out from Poland. I think I'm gonna fill it out, and they're gonna think I'm in Poland. Oh, VPN.
Are you Polish?
Yeah, somewhat.
Somewhat.
You make it look like it's John Snowden's TED Talk.
If you're from Chicago, by default, you're like 20% Polish.
I am 20% Polish. Yes, Mark. That is. I am proof of that.
Those are brown contacts.
I wear. You know what contacts I wear? I wear black contacts. These are West Borland from Limp Bizkit contacts. You guys. Anybody else remember? I know Dana. You remember? You fuck with some Limp Bizkit, Dana. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got deep black eyes. This beard is great. Hell yeah. Mark is going nuts with the spotlight. I have no control of the spotlight, you guys.
I'm wondering, man. It's a new laptop. I'm learning how the mouse works.
He's learning. It's like Flight Simulator, but for open mics. This is
remember that week that my typing was sideways in the chat, and I still don't know.
Yeah, that was
going on there.
And it was like that the next day at work, and I had to restart my computer. Like it was awesome.
Your typing was so sideways, Mark, that Paul Giamatti got nominated for a Golden Globe. I did that joke that week too, and it did better that week. By the way, if you can't tell, I am using a fake microphone for tonight. Normally I do like a viewer's choice or whatever, but we wasted too much time, so I'll be using a basketball trophy. And before anyone asks, it's not a participation trophy. All right, it is 1998 Spartan basketball camp. Most coachable, most effort. Fuck off, everybody. I'm a fucking champion. And I'm quitting comedy too. So they're going to do a Last Dance documentary about me. And it's going to be called The Last Bounce Check because I get paid in bounce checks to do comedy. So, all right. we've wasted enough time here up top, but everybody gets 4 minutes. I'm gonna host a little bit, then Mark's gonna talk, and then we're gonna banter a little bit. People are gonna kind of get offended, but it's gonna be okay. We're doing 4 minutes, and at the end of the mic, if you're lucky to stick around till the end, we do a cool thing.
Go.
Fastest minute in comedy. Yes, this is the originators of the fastest minute in comedy. That's where we yell go, 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 and everybody comes back, speed round, and everybody does 1 minute, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be crazy. It's
I
gonna
love
be
my camera work then. It's very, very spicy.
It'll be interesting to see if that camera works by then. We will see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a fun night, I think. But how are we feeling, guys? You ready to get the show started? We make some vocal agreement for getting this mic started.
Yep.
All right. Without further ado, coming to the stage next. Hey, she is a regular here at Fun Simulation. Very funny. Give it up for Patty Mansbach, everybody. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. Why is Donald Trump trying to destroy Portland? I live here. I've been here for like 3 years. It's nice. It's totally fine. I don't know what he's trying to do. If he's going to attack any city, it should be Boston. That's a garbage city. Just burn it to the ground. I lived there for like 5 years, and I would walk down the street and I would just get farted on. That was my life. How many Bostonians does it take to change a light bulb? None. Boston looks best under the cover of darkness. You heard it here first. I don't even have a ground to stand on because I grew up in New Jersey, and growing up in New Jersey was kind of weird because one time in high school we went on a field trip to see a taping of the Maury Povich show. That actually happened. I don't know if I learned anything, but I do know that I have an IUD now, so maybe I learned some birth control practices. I like having an IUD because it means my uterus is pretty metal. Hey, whoa. I have my high school, virtual reunion coming up. Remember prom? Yeah, prom was actually okay. I had a good time. I did not lose my virginity. I mean, I had the celibacy virus long before the pandemic hit, but yeah, I remember I got super drunk and I talked about the Jonas Brothers the entire night. Yeah. I was a real cool kid. Remember 2009? Of course you do. I didn't do comedy then, so I got to do these jokes now. Remember when they put Kevin Jonas on the list of People Magazine's sexiest men alive? That's fucking crazy, right? He's not even the sexiest Jonas brother. What are they doing? He is my favorite one, though. So my favorites, it goes Kevin and then Nick and then Jonas Salk, the inventor of the polio vaccine. He's pretty cool. And then Frankie, their brother, the bonus Jonas, and then finally Joe, because blah. I know, blah, real edgy content right here. Except all the Jonas Brothers, they're all married now. So I hope their wives, I hope they like their lavish lifestyles because I helped fund them. You are welcome, ladies. That's not true. I got their music from LimeWire. Let's see. I don't know. During the pandemic, I've been exercising a lot. Yeah, that's just because I'm better than you. So it's fine. But I've gotten so swole. That's what the kids say. I've gotten so swole that I can do one whole singular push-up now. I know. Go me. Yeah, it is.
Hey.
I know. It's a shame they canceled the Olympics. They get the trophy for the most improved. They give out medals at the Olympics. They don't give out trophies. I'm a millennial. I do not get out of bed for less than 10,000 participation trophies a day. I am 50% participation trophies and 50% student loan debt. Does anybody here? Oh, I guess I have a minute left. Let's see. I remember dating in real life. This is my favorite thing I used to do. I would try to get a guy to convince me why Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and then I'd leave for like an hour and come back and they'd still be in the same spot talking. I know. The only Bruce Willis movie I've ever seen is Look Who's Talking when he voiced the baby. That's all I care about. Die Hard, it's not, I'm not going to watch it. I don't care if it's about Christmas. I'm a Jew. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Patty Mansbach. Let her hear it, you guys.
Woohoo!
I'll put myself on. Hey, everybody. All right, that was a good time. Hey, I fuck with some LimeWire too. Hell yeah. I like some LimeWire. I downloaded. We talked about Limp Bizkit briefly. I downloaded Limp Bizkit's hit album, Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavor Water, off LimeWire, you guys. I know what the hell I'm doing. I'm awesome. Also awesome is your next performer coming to the stage. Also a fan of Limp Bizkit. See how we fluidly kept that going, keeping the Limp Bizkit theme going. Give it up for the very talented Dana Wisson, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Pratik. Yeah, I had LimeWire too. I looked up Limp Bizkit and also the Newsies soundtrack from Disney because, I was all about that shit. All right. One day, I'm going to look back on the year 2020 and tell my kids, thank God you're still in that test tube. Does he love me or does he not is a question I often ask my dentist about my other dentist. I'm the only person I know who's never had any cavities. I guess that's because sucking dick is one of my favorite activities. Strawberries are my favorite food because they taste amazing when I'm committing credit card fraud. All right, here is a Jeffrey Dahmer pickup line. Jeffrey Dahmer pickup line. Hey, baby, is that a bun in your oven or are you about to give birth to my next meal? Thank you. I'm gonna get tattoos of the words guilt and shame on my wrists, just in case I need a constant reminder of how to feel. Do you ever get so high that you ignore a mole on your back for so many years that the mole starts speaking Spanish just to get your attention? Thank you. I get really bad road rage and I'm dumb as hell. One time I was driving and some dude was tailgating me and I got so pissed off that I yelled, "Get off my big dumb ass!" Terrible. I hate the term full-figured panties. I prefer the term Big Bertha butt baskets. Yeah, yeah, baskets of butt. Marriage is a lot like boobs. It's totally okay if you have 3 of them. Have you heard about the electric scooter challenge? That's where you pull the plug on your grandma while everyone is watching. Okay, all right, hold on, let me pull this up. All right, I'm convinced that my old therapist was actually a student of Satan, because she told me that I'm holding the weight of all the mentally ill women in the world on my shoulders, and that's why my posture is so bad. The Satanic Temple is now offering scholarships to recent high school graduates. The scholarships are named after girls that I went to high school with. There's the Alexis Scholarship. That's for the party pooper students who always had a hot boyfriend and a sad story to tell. And then there's the Jessica Scholarship. That's for the one girl who always whispered secrets in your ear after she drank a full glass of milk. Thank you. 1 minute. Some sample questions on the Satanic Temple Scholarship application are: how old were you when you realized you could hear lizards speak? And what is your knowledge on swords? And how many times have you pulled one out in public? And if so, did any girls like it? And if so, do you think they would like me? All right, it'll get better. It'll get better. Things get better. Time will tell. And the last one, did you know that 90% of sperm are deformed? That explains why the stain on my bed is shaped like a cat. Thank you very much. My name is Dana.
Hey, Dana Wisson. Hell yeah. We learned a lot there we learned about Satan and sperm in the same 4 minutes. That's awesome. I love that. You need that. You got to be able to have so many different array of topics, but then fit them in that 4-minute challenge. We learned so much. Let's just keep the learning train going. Chugga chugga, you guys. Coming up next, hey, I met this guy at the World Series of Comedy. Give it up for Josh DiDonato. Hey.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you, Pratik. Yeah, it's been great fun seeing Donald Trump try and paint Joe Biden as an extreme left-wing threat. Have you ever seen Joe Biden? He's one of the less extreme things that we have. Yeah, but he's also sleepy, which you would think that turning this into a socialist country would take a fair amount of energy. So I'm not sure how that works exactly. But yeah, a week ago, Donald Trump said that Joe Biden is going to hurt the Bible and hurt God. Really said that. You know, if Joe Biden can hurt God, that's on you, God. You got to step up your game, son. Yeah, but it's not working. Nobody's buying it. You know, people just are not seeing Joe Biden as a threat, and the reason for that is just superficially obvious. Joe Biden is not a scary black man, and he's not a scary smart lady. He's just another old white guy. And just people are not able to see another old white guy as a threat, which is ironic because old white guys are the main threat. I should know I'm an old white guy. Yeah, and then, yeah, it's weird. I don't know. A lot of people on the supposed left have been shit posting about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, which Kamala Harris, black and scary smart lady. So if you've been missing rampant sexism and racism in your political advertising, you're in luck. Coming soon. But like all these people have been posting just all of their problems with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And I just feel like there are people who are apparently like kind of on the left, and I just don't see the point. I feel like that's kind of like if you're dating somebody who says literally too much and you say like, you know, I think I'm gonna just shove my dick into a wood chipper and eat a bag of full-blown AIDS because that literally thing is just so annoying. Okay. The other, what do you call it? The other threat, of course, is Kanye West, who's only a threat because he's trying to help reelect an old white guy. Yeah, the Republicans who work for the Trump campaign have been helping to deliver signatures to get Kanye on the ballot. And hey, yeah, by the way, Kanye West is a musical genius. I will grant you that. You know what I mean? But like, just because you've been churning out dope beats for 20 years doesn't mean that your mental illness gives you a pass to shove us off the cliff into a sea of fascism. You know, like I love Bob Dylan, but like if Bob Dylan were somehow proposing to kick millions of people off their health care, I wouldn't just say, well, Blonde on Blonde was an amazing album. And Bob Dylan gets depressed, so sure, why not? Of course, a group of people that are willing to back a Kanye candidacy are people who don't follow politics and just think it would be fun. And that's how we got here in the first fucking place. And final thought, in case you're curious about what Kanye's motives are, he has been meeting regularly with Jared Kushner. And if you don't follow politics, that's the president's son-in-law and chief re-election strategist. So I think we really can say Kanye West doesn't care about black people. It would be more effective if Mike Myers were here next to me. All right, thanks.
Hey, Josh Chicanato. Give it up for him. That was literally the best that I've literally ever seen at that fun simulation. That was, of course, a joke for everybody who was paying attention. Hell yeah. My intros will be on the final after this, Mike, you guys. Hell yeah. You're talking about old white people. I currently work at a VFW hall, which is old white people mecca. They're all over that place. It's wonderful. I love it. I feel like I'm studying old white people like they're a different species. I feel like the Jane Goodall of old white people when I work at that place. It's fucking awesome. Hell yeah, I'm making Jane Goodall references in 2020. Give it up to me, you guys. I love her. She's awesome. I think I'm getting heartburn, by the way, and I don't think I'm getting heartburn from your next comic. So give it up right now for Marcel Neal, you guys.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing, man? So yeah, Dana, she was talking about Jeffrey Dahmer and shit, and I was just like wondering, like, I wonder if anybody ever got away. You know what I mean? Could you imagine their story and shit? Like they escaped Jeffrey. They'd be like, yeah, man, when he said come over his house for rump roast, I ain't know he meant mine.
Rump.
But yeah, and I don't know, man, like Kamala Harris, man, like I actually think that was a good pick. I think it was within reason. Cause you know the left, we be trying to be PC, man. I thought we was gonna have to get a Mexican Muslim trans woman just to check every box. Like, if you even look at this bitch wrong, you lose everything. Like she booked. You know, it's crazy. Speaking of getting canceled, why is everybody so mad at Ellen? You know what I mean? Why? It's like they talking about she running toxic workplace. It seems like she just don't like funky people, and she makes us, you know. Because like one of the claims, the guy was like, "Yeah, if she think your breath stinks, she'll ask you to chew a piece of gum." I'm like, so you mean she didn't roast you for 10 minutes like a real comic? I mean, like, it seemed like you got off easy to me, you know. And then another person was like, if she think you stink, she'll tell you to go home and take a shower. You know, it's like you could get fired for that. Like most jobs have a hygiene policy. You know what I mean? The only ones that don't just feel like they don't need to cover that because you're an adult. Like, would you go to work stinking at a talk show? I mean, like we about to have famous people over. You know. Still like when we get Matthew McConaughey over, that's the time you skip a day, you know. Make sure you're sitting in with his. Crazy, but I don't know, man. They say like she got a toxic workplace. I thought she had people eating her pussy for TV time. Like she just likes buzz. You know, it's crazy. And it's like ain't nobody really seeing it from her point of view, man. It's like she's 62 years old. She got to dance for at least 15 minutes a day, and that's on a good take. You know what I mean? Like her back is probably in constant pain. I don't know, man. Like this is the stuff that make me ashamed to be. It made me ashamed to be a millennial, man. Because it's like I know it was one person that probably just got their ass on because she ain't signed her cat's birthday card or something. You know, crazy. I don't know, but what else? I think I should have got a girlfriend before whole pandemic start. Like I didn't think it was gonna be this long, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. And it's like, you know, you've been single for a minute when you miss the things you used to hate about relationships. Like I hate how relationships change, you know what I mean? Like because in the beginning you be happy when your girl called, you know what I mean? But it's like a few years in, like you see a number, you be like, this bitch, damn. It's crazy though. Like you know it's bad when you change the her personal ringer to the default, you know, just so you could get a couple extra seconds of suspense. You be like, man, please be a telemarketer. It's crazy though. And it's like in the beginning, you don't want your girl to leave. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't want your girl to leave. She'll be going to work. You'll be trying to get her to stay home. But it's like a few years in, she'd be like, all right, baby, I'm about to roll out. You'd be like, good. I hope you find somebody. It's crazy. But yeah, before I get out of here. Okay, so yeah. A guy, shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough time. That's all my time. Thank you.
Yay, Marcel. Give it up for him, you guys. Hell yeah, keeping it tight. That's awesome. Coming up next, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this might be your first time at the mic. But anyways, make a lot of noise and please welcome Pam Escalona, you guys.
Woo! Hey. Hi, I am Pam Escalona. I am from the 50th state called Hawaii. Yes, the 50th state. I'm just warning you. If you're planning to come to Hawaii, I'm just letting you know we have a 14-day quarantine, so you'll be stuck in your goddamn fucking hotel room for 14 days. Yeah, and if you're planning to leave, there's a 5,000 fine. So bring a lot of money, okay, you fucking white people. Okay. Hi, yeah, a little bit about myself. I have a disability, which is I have slight cerebral palsy. So please do not give me a full glass of drink while I'm like moving around due to my shakiness. I will spill it all over the floor, and I am not gonna clean it up. Yeah, I'm too fucking lazy. So anyway, moving on along. Due to the pandemic, I've been watching a lot of Netflix. So have you guys ever heard of the Fire Festival?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe that gay guy took it for the team and, sucked dick for getting free Evian water. Is that amazing? Oh my God, free Evian water. Anyway, there's another show that you guys should watch. I don't know. I've been saying this a lot. Have you ever watched The Special? It's about a cerebral palsy guy, and he lives independently. He works for a weblog, and he's also gay. I'll just say it straight, but there's a sex scene, but I just want him to give heads because my personal experience of giving heads, I couldn't put the damn thing in my mouth. Okay, I had muscle spasms. I had cum all over my face. That's why I'm so young for a 42-year-old. Sorry guys. Yeah, I'll try my best for giving you head. Okay. Anyway, before I go, I also, during this rough times, I've been bored in my mind. I've been reading a lot of Amazon reviews. Yeah, Amazon reviews, they're fucking fun, especially reading about sex toys. Yeah, sex toys. Yeah, this lady who wrote 3 paragraphs about her favorite dildo, and she has no shame, and that's why I get to make jokes. She lives with her mom, and she was praising about her dildo. Not only that, she's like saying, like the last part of her paragraph saying, adios, cucumber. Hello to my big dog. Where do you put that cucumber? Do you recycle it? Like, do you put it in the refrigerator? Does your mom rinse it out? Because that's quite shame that your mom has to eat cucumber with your own pussy juice. Anyway, this is my time. I'm out of jokes. Bye-bye. Aloha, everybody.
Aloha.
Yeah.
Aloha. Hey, everybody. Give it up again for Pamela, you guys. Yeah.
Woo!
That was awesome. I would love to be quarantined in a Hawaii hotel for 14 days. That beats where I'm quarantined right now. I'd rather be in a Hawaii hotel than being quarantined in Lombard, Illinois. You know what Lombard, Illinois is known for? Being one of the film locations for the movie Larry the Cable Guy Health Inspector. That's what it's known for. I don't think Larry the Cable Guy has even been to Hawaii. Like he would get freaked out there. So I would love to be in Hawaii. That's awesome. Hey, coming up next, gotten to know this comedian very well on the virtual mic circuit. Give it up right now for Callum Marullo.
Woo!
Thank you. Thanks. You know what? I think I would come to this mic for the theme song alone.
Yeah.
I think that it makes me think that more things should have a theme song to make them more approachable. Like I would have paid way more attention in school if every math class started off with a little jingle there. I think that let's see, I moved into a new apartment recently, and I've been getting furniture for my new apartment, and I found this really great place for furniture. Actually, it's really cheap. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called The Street. It's great. It's right outside your door there, and I found a mattress there. It's been great. It's so firm that even the bed bugs have scoliosis. So there's that.
Oh.
There you go. Bed bugs and scoliosis. One punchline. I've been reading a lot this quarantine. I've been reading a lot of books, and I really love reading, you know, like, and who doesn't love reading, right? It's probably the most fun that you can have in the 18th century, I'd say. And I read Moby Dick. I read that book, and you know, I don't know if you know it. It's about a whale, and that surprised me because I thought that I was reading a tell-all biography on the musician. You know, I thought I was reading a book called Moby's A Dick, but no, it was it's about a whale. It's about, so it's good though. It's like the story is a guy gets his leg bitten off by a whale, and he spends 500 pages trying to hunt down the whale. And I was reading it thinking, you know, if this happened today, it would make the best episode of Jerry Springer there, you know, just Ahab sitting there talking about how he's lost his leg. And then Jerry goes, well, Ahab, we got a surprise guest backstage for you. Ladies and gentlemen, the whale. And the whale comes out. End of the episode, and he goes, well, we've done a DNA test, and Ahab, the leg is not yours. The leg is not yours. All right. Okay. The leg bit is funny. Okay. I don't know. You know what's nice about having because I have a shitty quality camera for Zoom, and you know, I kind of like it because I get zits all over my forehead and you can't really tell. And yeah, I really have a problem with zit cream commercials, you know, because you watch the commercial and the guy has a ton of zits on his head. And then at the end of the commercial, he's looking at the camera and he goes, look, I don't have any zits anymore. And I'm always thinking, hey, that's what I need, a makeup department waiting on me behind the scenes. That's what I could use to clear up my zits. And I get big zits, man, like huge. I had one zit that was so big, UNESCO declared it World Heritage Site. I had tourists standing around it all day looking at their books going, look, it's one of the 7 wonders of the world over there, you know? And you know, when I popped it, everyone within a 12-mile radius had to be evacuated. So that's how big my zit was. All right. Okay. That is, I don't have time for another one. Cool. Okay, that's what I wanted to do then. Thank you guys very much.
Hey, Callum Marullo. Give it up, you guys. Hell yeah.
Woo!
He was talking about reading. I'm doing some reading too. You know what book I'm reading? I'm reading Live from New York at Saturday night, you guys. This is not just any old edition. This is not the paperback edition with 10 extra pages about how Chevy Chase is shitty to women. It's not that edition. This is the choose your own adventure version of Live from New York at Saturday night. And I'm at the point right now where Chris Farley has the choice of doing Blow in a condo in Chicago, or he doesn't choose to do Blow in Chicago. And then when I turn to page 126, it turns out that he's starring in Grown Ups 3. What will I choose, you guys? Who knows what's going to happen? I know who knows what's going to happen. Your next performer coming to the stage, he's going to turn to page 126. Give it up right now for Nicole Turley, you guys.
Hey, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do have that Reading Rainbow song in my head now.
Yo.
Take a look. It's in a book, a reading rainbow. Yeah, no, that's why I know. You see why I don't sing. I used to have zits too. Yeah, and now that's why I'm thinking now, where was all this mask shit back when I was a teenager? That would have been perfect. I would have loved that. It would have been like, thank God for the pandemic. It was just everywhere. Yeah. But you know, you work with what you've got, I guess. I don't have zits now, so that's all that matters. I've been missing a lot of things during this shelter-in-place apocalypse. Oh yeah, that's why I have this background. I'm just reminding everybody this is what a real apocalypse is supposed to look like. You know, just quick, fun. You know, that's why I'm voting for Giant Meteor, the only candidate guaranteed to solve all our problems. So I've been missing. I even miss getting my eyebrows waxed. Yeah, I do really important shit. Yeah. I even miss hearing the ladies say, "Would you like me to do the rest of your face?" after she gets done with my eyebrows. Yeah. I also have, but now I have to shave my own, chin hair. But I used to bleach it, but all it did was turn it like bright orange. I'm so hot, you guys. I'm sober. I know that kind of hard, but this kind of what I'm saying, and this hair doesn't actually scream sobriety, but it's true.
Woo!
Thank you. It's been 3 years.
Yes.
Yeah, and people always clap when I say that. I've noticed that people will clap when you say you've been sober for any amount of time, and they will also clap when you say you've been married for any length of time. Probably because both those things suck. But I have this friend that likes to put a positive spin on everything. Like, I have a friend that's just way too perky. She's always like, "Oh, you know what, Nicole, you should celebrate your sobriety by doing something cool. I know, you should start brewing your own non-alcoholic beer." Like, yeah, I'll call it "What's the point?" But people tell me that, I don't even, why am I even sober right now? It's a pandemic. This is the perfect time for a relapse. Dude. Anybody else sober here want to have a relapse party on Zoom? Woo! Dude, I'm sitting at home all day. We can't go to work. Why am I, no, I'll stick with it. But my friends tell me that, I would be, a lot more, if I should just learn how to be more positive, and they're always giving me advice on how I can be more positive when they should really just be giving me drugs. But I did take this one piece of advice. I started keeping a gratitude journal. Does anybody know what that is?
Yeah.
It's where you write down 3 things a day. Yes, 3 things a day that you're thankful for. So I tried it, even though it sounds kind of gag. And so the things I was thankful for that day were Adderall, OxyContin, and weed. And then I did all those things, and I felt great, you guys. So basically, the moral of the story is gratitude journals work, sobriety doesn't. I'll go on a positive note. I think that the simplest way in life to stay happy is to just let go of what makes you sad. My boyfriend was making me sad, so I let him go. Off the bridge. Thanks, you guys. I've been Nicole Turley.
Yay! Oh, give it up for you guys. And she's right. You should let go of things that make you sad, which is why comedy makes me sad. I will be letting go of comedy and quitting comedy next week, you guys. Hell yeah. Let go of the things that make you miserable. It is fantastic. We're learning a lot here tonight. All right, your next performer, we're going to learn a lot from him. He is the master of networking. Love this guy from out west. Give it up for Yashar Coffee, you guys.
Yeah. Hey, thank you.
Woo!
He's being sarcastic. I hate people who network. I want to run over them with a car. But it's illegal. My name is Yashar, and I am from Iran. Thanks for not running away. I have a friend, he's from Greece. The other day he told me, "Why don't you take a DNA test?" I said, "Why should I do that?" He said, "Because Alexander the Great invaded the Persian Empire and raped your grandmothers." Then he smiled as if he was bragging about rape. Then he said, "And because of that, you may be part Greek." So I took to 23andMe and the results came back. And to his credit, 2,500 years after that invasion, I found 3% Greek jizz in my DNA. Because they raped us. So I told him, "Why don't you take a DNA test to make sure you're pure Greek?" He took the 23andMe and the results came back. And he found 65% Turkish jizz in his DNA. So I told him, "Who got raped more now, bitch?" "You got raped more, you fucking piece of shit. At least we got raped by the Greeks, the philosophers." Plato raped us. "You got raped by a bunch of savages. by the goat herders. Ahmed raped you.
Oh my god.
You're not European anymore. Now go find your fucking goat herder cousins in Istanbul. Thank you. That's not a rape joke. That's discouraging people from bragging about rapes. I have a friend. He's from Azerbaijan. He never says he's from Azerbaijan. He always says, my friend in Europe, where I come from. Then he says something extremely stupid. Like, my friend in Europe, where I come from, we put garlic bread on jug itch. It goes away. The other day I told him, why don't you say you're from Azerbaijan? Why are you always saying in Europe? He said, because 8% of Azerbaijan is in Europe. I said, let's assume all of Azerbaijan is in Europe. If you go by race, by language, by religion, by your unibrow, the smell of BO and cologne that comes from your armpit, the way you fuck your wives, you're not in Europe. Let's be realistic. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you. Yeah. I have a friend from Turkey. He never says he's from Turkey. He says, in Europe, where I come from, we have a liberal democracy. I told him, I would say, yeah, you could be kind of European because you guys, like, one of the European countries committed a genocide. So kind of you're Europe. But by race, by language, by religion, your unibrow, the smell of BO and cologne from your armpit, and the way you fuck your wives, you're not Europe. Which is okay. Fuck Europe. Why don't you? You're the guy who fucked that Greek guy's ancestors. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. Have a good
Hey! Yashar coffee, you guys. Hell yeah. You know, the best part was he said he has his friends, but then in the purpose of his joke, he says his friends are pieces of shit. I love that you call your friends pieces of shit. I think that's awesome. That was we learned so much about history. I think some of the people here are a little scared by that, but that's fine. That's okay. We learned a lot. All right. That was a lot. That was like 10 different world history lessons jammed into 4 minutes, you guys. That was fucking awesome. And hey, beyond just the history stuff, you know what we learned? We learned that garlic bread cures jock itch. I think that's practical information that we can all learn. And now it finally makes sense to me why my high school wrestling team went to Olive Garden after the meet, because we all had jock itch and that cured it. Yeah, I stumbled over the thing, but I think the punchline dismount was pretty good. If you like that joke, you can show your support by turning off your camera and muting yourself. That is how you show support for that intro. Appreciate the scattered laughs. All right, coming up next. Hey, give it up for Audrey Herbert, you guys. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I'm Audrey Hebert. Not Herbert. Rhymes with pervert might be more appropriate. Some people were talking about reading earlier. I think it's kind of weird that you can buy a copy of Mein Kampf at Barnes & Noble. I don't think it's marketed to actual Nazis because it's like a classy version, you know? They add in a bunch of footnotes that are like, hey, you know this is wrong, right, guys? Still rather not see it in the hot in your area section, though. And I'm wondering, like, who's making money off of that? Like, is Hitler's grandson somewhere? Like, dress it up all you want, baby. This yacht won't pay for itself. My impression of Hitler's grandson. I haven't been doing a lot of comedy lately, so I'm a little rusty, but I've still been getting heckled a lot because I work at a fast food drive-thru. And we're not allowed to give refills anymore because of COVID, and a lot of people are not happy with that. Been trying to negotiate with us. You know, I tell people, sorry, we can't give you a refill. They're like, okay. Well, what if I take my temperature right now and I can prove I'm not sick? Can I have a refill? What if you pour the Pepsi on the floor and I lap it up like a little doggy. Can I have a refill? It's like, hey man, bargaining is the first stage of grief. Maybe you should get some help. I always hear people talk about being born in the wrong generation, you know, like, oh, music sucks these days. I wish I lived in the 60s so I could listen to the Beatles. Do you think people ever do that, but in the opposite direction? Like, do you think there's some girl in 1375 who's like, Mother, I do not want to milk in the sheep like all the other girls. I want to wear a choker from Forever 21 and listen to Billie Eilish. What the fucking are you talking of, Joanathan? Who is Billie Eilish? I don't know. It's a real existential crisis. I think the best part about being a woman is that you can just jack off and then pretend it's for medical reasons. Because Gwyneth Paltrow and people like that are always like, female masturbation is natural and healthy and beautiful. When you caress your vulva, it releases essential oils and minerals. We need to end the shame around female sexuality. I'm like, yeah, guys, we need to end the shame around grinding your sweaty crotch into the back of a water bottle for 40 minutes while you look at the Wikipedia page for a human penis because you're too repressed to go on Pornhub. Go to human penis. Specifically human penis, because if you go to the main page for just penis, the picture is an elephant one for some reason. My life, am I right, ladies? It's for my health. I realized that I use Google the way that a lot of people use horoscopes, where I act like I'm using it for advice, but I really just want them to confirm what I was going to believe anyways. Like, I googled, do transition lenses make you look like a dork? Don't answer that, by the way. And the first page of results is all like, hey, r/relationships, quick question. So my fiance insists on wearing those stupid glasses that turn into sunglasses. How do I tell him he's never meeting my parents? And then the next page of results is all these memes that are like, that one kid in middle school who wore transition lenses next to a picture of like a school shooter. The last page of results, if you keep scrolling to like page 46 on Google, the last page is like, are transition lenses finally in style? We caught Kylie Jenner's dog wearing them. Oh, thank God. Finally, I know I'm on trend. All right, that's it for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right.
That was awesome. Hey, give it up for Audrey Hebert, you guys. I got it right that time. Hell yeah.
Woo!
I'm not the best at pronouncing people's names, but as you know, I've never had my name butchered ever, so it's not something I'm used to, you guys. Thank you. All right. Hey, your next performer coming to the stage, also from the West Coast. Give it up. I don't know why I'm doing this weird, like, if anyone remembers the Hey Ya Outcast video, remember when Andre 3000 would do this? I don't know why I'm doing that. I just, it's one of those, I should be holding the fake microphone, but I'm just going to keep casting spells on people like I'm Elvira. But yeah, give it up for Gary Hughes, you guys. Hey.
Thanks. That's all good. Let's do it. I hate when people miscategorize my jokes. You say it at a party or something. Like I have a science joke and it goes like this. I've watched sports all my life, and a big part of sports are whistles. There's whistles all throughout sports. So anytime I leave a club at 2 a.m, I hear a whistle down a dark alley, I always think like, that's a good ass game of basketball going on down there. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, they even screaming. And this girl was like, I like that rape joke. I was like, that's not a rape joke. That's a Pavlov joke. I'm conditioned to think that that's sports because I grew up with, anyway, that was more of a connection. But she tried to say it was a rape joke. I was like, don't put me in that category because everybody around was like, yo, you telling rape jokes over there? I was like, that's not what I'm telling. I'm telling Pavlov, that's a noble joke. Noble jokes over here. She said it was a rape joke. I mean, that's art. Like whatever, however it connects to you. She thinks it's rape for her, but it's not rape for everybody else. I just want to say that. I don't like dogs. I realize I'm not a fan of dogs because white people put dogs on a higher pedestal and than me, than anybody, than a lot of people. Here's my example. Growing up, I wanted to be in the NBA until reality hit that I was not going to be in the NBA. But then they come out with a movie called Air Bud. This dog was damn near in the NBA. And it was like, how could this dog facilitate my dream and I can't facilitate mine? I was so confused because that dog was, it was kind of when basketball first was invented because he was just playing all white people. And that dog was like playing in the hood. That dog would have been like, call your own fouls, golden bitch. And, you know, then that dog went on to play other sports. I was like, bro, even Deion Sanders only did 2 sports, and but that dog went on to play baseball, volleyball, soccer. Yeah. Anyway, white people just love dogs. Hey, a ukulele, an ellipsis, eucalyptus. That's a stupid joke. I hate my father. He got mad at me. You ever get somebody that's mad at you because of how the system is? Like just any construct of any system. This is an example. He wasn't in my life growing up. So like I'm 19, right? He gets a job. It's income tax season. He's about to get his check. And then child support takes his whole check. He called me like I took it. Yo, you got my check? I was like, what? He's like, you got my check? You 18, right? I was like, yeah, I am 18. He's like, I thought I don't have to pay for child support no more. It's like, yeah, I don't know how that happens. Like, I don't know. I think they call it back pay. You have to like owe them eventually. And he's like, man, they took my $300. I was like, I'll give you $300. That's not a big tax return at all. That's like, is that state? Is that your state? Tell me that's your state. That's not a big tax return at all. I'll give you $300. You just let me know. Okay. I like in the neighborhood, in the hood, we always look out for each other. I like class action lawsuits because everybody calls somebody. Like anytime something has a recall, I remember when Slim Fast had a recall, my brother called me. He's like, hey, call this 1-800 number. You get a refund right now. I was like, what? You sure? He's like, yeah, call this number right now. It's like, oh, bro, it's Slim Fast. You think they go believe I like order? It doesn't matter. Just call this number. You get a check. I was like, all right. I got hella like class action lawsuit checks at my mother's house. A whole lot of $14 checks just sitting around over there. She's like, you got another one for 50 cents from Pizza Hut. I'm like, yeah, you can take that. That's you, mama. You can forge my signature and take that one. I do not need that at all. All right, let's see. I got one more minute. Let's see. Terry Crews said he wanted to defund Pornhub, and first of all, he said defund as if it's taxpayers' dollars. Like you get your check stub and you like, yo, I did 40 hours overtime, but this fucking SSI and Pornhub took a grip. All right. Thanks, man. That's I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
Hell yeah!
Woohoo!
Gary Hughes. Yeah, I love me some class action lawsuits. Those are fun. Yeah, there was one on Gmail recently. I don't know if anyone else saw it. Like if you're,
I saw that.
That's pretty good. I emailed that. I'm gonna get them fat 35 cents. It's gonna be fun. All right, let's just keep this train going. Coming up next, hey, give it up for Victor Luna.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So I grew up in the Philippines, and for my money, I think Filipinos are the nicest people in the world. And that's saying something in an open mic where I saw a Canadian, a Hawaiian, and a guy named Noah. Two of those people, by the way, Filipinos too. Anyway, here's how nice Filipinos are. I think we're the only people in the world who actually encourages marrying outside of our culture because we believe it enriches our communities and our gene pool. Example, average height of a Filipino, 5'2". I'm 6 feet tall because my great-grandmother fucked a Frenchman. Grandma took one for the team. She did it for her grandbabies. And wouldn't you know, 2 generations later, her sacrifice would yield me, someone who half of you thought was Samoan. which is fair. I mean, let's face it, Samoans are just inflated Filipinos. Anyway, I did marry white, so I did my ancestors proud. Thank you, Pratik. Thank you so much. Thank you, my brown brethren. And you know, she's a beautiful blue-eyed blonde from Ohio. And when I told my mom initially that I was dating white, she immediately texted back, "Really? Prove it." So I sent her a pic, and then immediately she texts back, "Too pretty for you. Is she blind?" So what's interesting about that joke, something that I observed with that joke is like, whenever I do that joke, most of the crowd goes, "Ooh," but then there's a minority of the crowd who just looks at me. You know, those people in the crowd who are actually raised by immigrants, they just look at me and like, "Yeah, so she called you ugly. So what? What's the joke? I mean, what? Now what?" Anyway, my wife is legally blind. I mean, let's face it, guys. Let's face the facts. I'm an LA 2, New York 4, but a blind Ohio 11. We've been married now 11 years. No children because we decided to be happy instead. In fact, she even told me that if we ever had kids and they acted like idiots, she would take them to a Walmart and leave them there. She calls this the Ohio abortion. I usually get dead silence with that, but most of the laughs I get for that joke actually come from parents. So anyway, like I said, I actually did grow up in the Philippines, and thank you, Mark. I did grow up in the Philippines, and as someone who comes from a poor country, I believe I am one of the few people who are actually who's allowed to say the one thing that everyone in the world has thought of, but really shouldn't say out loud. So let's see how uncomfortable I can make this mic. Fuck you, China. You done broke the world, and now we're doing this. And no one can cancel me on that. Because after all, I'm just a brown boy standing in front of a webcam asking China to get ass cancer. Anyway, I think that's my time. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Yeah, that was great. Victor, how's it feel to be related to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? You know what? Everybody else is like, what the hell is going on here? Yeah, I pay attention to people's jokes. That's what that means. And yeah, hell yeah for Filipino pride. I actually did Tinikling in college. It was awesome. I love that shit.
Really?
Yeah,
I did. Injured?
I do have a minor sprain because of my wrestling years, but yes, I'm okay. I you know what I do to fix my ankle problems is I put on a Tiger Balm, which is a wonderful miracle drug. Thank you for bringing that up, Victor. Tiger Balm, yes, it's like Vicks Vapor Rub, but everywhere else on your body. It is currently $3.99 at your local Walgreens, and if you don't have a rewards number, you can use mine, 630-268-9102. So go ahead, get yourself some Tiger Balm. Rub that shit on your ankles. It is wonderful. Big ups to Filipino flavor. This is awesome. This mic is like a UN building. It's wonderful. We're learning so much here. Do white people still do comedy? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll have to read a BuzzFeed article about that later. All right, hey, coming up next. Mark is the Kevin Bacon of Indian people, so he is the last person who should be shaking his head. That was weird. Okay. We'll get the race war going. Who is turning on their sink? That is.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I guess someone's turning on a sink or something there, but this is cool. Hey, this is a diverse mic. That's what I will say. So if some people are weirded out by that, oh boy. Your next performer coming to the stage. Give it up for Emily Tung, you guys. Hey.
Hello. All right, so I'm a stunt woman, and I dated a guy who wanted to be a stuntman. So while we were dating, I was showing him the ropes and helping him get started. And this one day, his coordinator called me, and he was like, hey, do you know how to surf? And can you act like you're teaching somebody how to surf? And I was like, yeah, of course. And he's like, okay, so, we'll send over the sides and just send over self-tape, And I was like, okay, thank you for the opportunity. And then I get a call from my ex. And he's like, hey, did you get a call from, that coordinator? And I was like, wait, how did you know? Did he call you too? Wait, are we going after the same job? And he was like, yeah, I'm like so excited. I've never gotten a call from coordinator before. And, I want to maybe pick a day, go to the beach and film. I was like, wait, are we still talking about the same job? Because, I was just asked to submit a self-tape. And he was like, well, I asked him who else he called, and he said, your name was on the list. And I was like, okay, so we are going after the same job. Okay, so, this is what you gotta do, right? So I have to teach him how to submit for a job, right? The same job that he's going up against me. Ooh, right? He has no idea how to submit for a job, which means I had to make my audition tape, and then I have to help him make his audition tape, so he can maybe have a chance of taking a job from me. But I'm a good person, and I want him to succeed in life. So anyways, the line that we were given was, awesome, Lauren, you're a natural. It's a one-liner, right? So I do my 3 takes, and then I put on my acting coach cap, and I was like, all right, here's a little acting 101. Just be yourself, say how you would say it in real life, And oh boy, that was the worst advice I could have given him. So this is how he said it. Awesome job, Lauren. Shit. Okay. Let me go again. Okay. I got it. Lauren, you're a natural. I was like, dude, what are you laughing at? What is so funny? Why are you making fun of this girl? And for 2 hours, he could not say this line without starting super sarcastic. Anyways, after we submitted, casting asked us to submit videos of us surfing. So I was like, okay, I'll send it tomorrow. And I look at my ex, I was like, we're going surfing right now, because I didn't have a video. So we drove through 2 hours of traffic to get to the Rockaways Beach, which is the only beach in New York that is 2 hours away enough we get to. And we ran out of board and threw on a wetsuit and had 2 hours before sundown to get these shots, right? So I get my 3 takes, that took 10 minutes. All right, so he gets on the board, and then for the next hour, he was just, whoo, right, just tumbling in the waves. And I'm like, oh shit, he lied on his resume. He has no idea how to surf. So now I gotta teach him how to surf because I'm a good person and I want him to succeed in life. But he felt so bad after that. He was just like, yeah, I'll just tell him I don't have a video. And that's just what a great attitude towards a career, right? Just tell them you're submitting and then you just don't, right? And as a stuntman though, that's a big no-no, because you'll get blacklisted really easily if you lie about what you can do. If someone's like, hey, can you drive a car? And you're like, yeah, I could drive a car. And then you crash into the camera crew and you kill 20 people, right? So in our industry, lying in our industry is the equivalent of murder in a lot of cases. Okay, so I spent more time on his audition than my own, just like our entire relationship, because I'm a good person and I want him to succeed in life. Oh, by the way, I ended up booking that job. Oh, that was exactly 4 minutes. That was it.
Hey. Emily Tong, you guys. That's awesome that you're a stunt person. I didn't know that. That's so cool. And you got a little Ted in the background there. Hell yeah.
I knife him and punch him. Yeah. He's shedding from me knifing him.
I was gonna say, who's a celebrity that doesn't do their own stunts that people don't know? Any stunt world secrets you could share?
Honestly, because everyone knows Arnold has 3 stunt doubles, right? He's a big one. Who is, I don't know if there's a secret. I feel like if anyone is doing any kind of action where there's a wreck, driving. Do you guys know what wrecks are? When you die on camera, you get slap the shit out of you. Anytime you look like you're in stupid amounts of pain, that's usually a stunt double. Driving is almost always a stunt double. They don't let actors drive. That just doesn't happen. They let actors sit in the car and they film the car moving, but that's not really a car moving usually. So just Any other questions?
Learned so much. Give it up for Emily Tongian, you guys. Yeah.
What about Keanu Reeves? Does he do his own stunts?
Oh, he's got well, for John Wick, he actually did a lot of his own stunts, but obviously like there's still like wrecks where he didn't do himself. But he actually did, I think they say like 90% of his own stunts. Like he did all the fighting.
Oh shit.
A lot of action actors will do all their fighting.
That was awesome. All I want to know is, did he step into the telephone booth in Bill and Ted? That's all I want to know. Did somebody else do that, or did he learn so much?
Bill and Ted's 3 is coming out.
I know.
Bill and Ted's 3 coming out in 2 weeks, and it's official.
2 weeks on video on demand, and in theaters too, right? I think it's in theaters too.
Theaters, drives in, and on demand, and I think Keanu Reeves gets into the phone booth by himself. I think.
By himself. No training wheels. He gets in the phone booth by himself.
Not as a character, as himself.
As himself. Literally, it's Keanu Reeves.
Turns to the camera and says, "Hi, I'm Keanu Reeves," and then he gets in a phone booth.
Hi, I'm Keanu Reeves of Keanu Reeves fame, and now I'm stepping into a phone booth. Not as Bill, but as Keanu Reeves. All right, that was fantastic. Hey, I'm about to bring it up to the maestro of this mic, the overlord of this mic, the imperialistic leader, the white man that is in charge of this mic. Give it up right now. He literally was on screen 2 seconds ago. Mark Hornbeck, you guys.
Oh, it's me. What a surprise. Oh my God, that's crazy. No, I just pay the Zoom bills around here. That's all it means. I'm the Mike's dad in that sense. I like that earlier. We were talking about reading and literature. Pam was talking about reading Amazon reviews, and I can't remember, somebody was talking about reading Moby Dick. As you know, I'm a big hockey fan. I've been talking about it lately. Hockey's back. And in the spirit of the season being back, I bought a professional hockey fan fiction romance novel in print, and that's what I'm reading. I'm going to show this to you. This is what it's called. This is it right here. It's called Icing the Competition, and that's totally Jonathan Toews. But it's not officially Jonathan Toews, and it's totally a Blackhawks jersey, but it's not officially one. But I want to point, it's called Icing the Competition. That's not some, like, icing's a bad thing in hockey. If you're doing bad, that's a penalty. It's an automatic. You can't change your line, and it's a face-off in your zone. Yeah, that's what I'm reading. And I read the first chapter, and I got a headache already from that. That is, fan fiction should never be printed on paper. And it's
Mark. Can you share some of the more dicier parts with us? You don't have to read the whole.
I'm only
thing.
one chapter in, and then I got a migraine, so I'm going to pick it up sometime this week.
Dude, hockey freaks are real, dude.
Oh yeah, this is
hockey. Like the groupies for hockey are legit. There is blogs.
Here's the groupie from hockey, and then
oh yeah,
her thing
for
like
Christine or Crystal.
It's April.
And she's gone to a couple weddings of ex-boyfriends, hoping something can.
She goes, I want to give a special thanks to my husband for being understanding. That was one thing. And the main character, the love interest, is just, the description is exactly her, same hair color, everything. So it's just pretty good, guys. I highly recommend it. At least read the Amazon reviews for it. It's called Icing the Competition. This has been the Fun Simulation Book Club. I'm going to keep this going. The fastest minute.
I book it from Pizza Hut.
Oh yeah, if you read 5 of these books, you could go buy yourself a fucking pizza. I don't care. You go buy yourself a pizza. Pizzas are cheap these days. Pizzas are very cheap. You know who's not cheap is our next comedian. As I roll on, I'm looking for him. Where the hell did he go? Oh, there he is. Noah Saunders.
Whoa.
Thank you, sir. All right, I'm just gonna do a bunch of one-liners today.
Yeah.
My dad has dementia. It's shitty. He can't remember why I don't like him. Incest porn always makes me sad because I was an only child. When you do one-liners, it feels like the Gong Show or something because you're just like praying that it won't land. Do you think any KKK members from back when are ever like, ugh, white power is so mainstream now. I remember when it used to be cool. That's okay. That one's polarizing. I understand. What else? Oh, do you think conspiracy theorists are people that really believed in Santa when they were younger, and when that went south, they started hating the government and Jews? Food for thought. I've been all about self-improvement this quarantine. So every day I try to ask myself the question, does this text really need LOL in it? This one's dark, forgive me. Clinical depression runs in my family, which is why I personally don't want to have children, because it won't be any fun traumatizing them if they're already sad. Love is like asparagus. It feels good in the moment, but in the end, your pee is weird. That's fine. Oh man. Oh, here's one. I work at a restaurant, and I'm curious what you guys think. At what point during my table greets should I say I'm mentally unstable? I'm manic depressive. I'm okay. I think when I drop the drinks, I think that would be the appropriate time. Just to let them get situated. All right, I'll do a proper bit after that one-liner experiment. So this is, I think a lot of people felt this way at the start of the new year, way back when now, like when COVID hit, March and all that shit. I wasn't the only one. A lot of people felt like all this momentum, right? New year, new you. And then when that started, right, when they shut down the NBA and Tom Hanks got it, I think a lot of people were like, of course, there would be a once in a century pandemic as soon as I get my shit together. And I remember I'm bipolar. I was getting, like I mentioned before, I was getting better at managing certain aspects of it. And my first thought was, I didn't go through Lexapro and Abilify and Lamictal and Wellbutrin and Klonopin and Depakote, all so I could live in a world without toilet paper. Where did it go? Where did it all go? All right, that's my time.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Thank you very much. Oh, why is it? Oh, you're still spotlighted. It's weird. New computer, guys. The mouse is a little bit slow. Sorry about that. Thank you. One more time for Noah, guys. One more time for Noah.
Yeah, Noah.
Yeah. Running away. Do stick around for the fastest minute in comedy at the end of this. It's good stuff. It's big time stuff. I'm gonna keep rolling because I want to get there. Guys. I want to get there. We're gonna do this. We're gonna keep rolling fast. Please welcome Alicia Rain.
Yeah. Woo.
Hey guys. I just got my first COVID-19 haircut, and I hate it because all I need to do is to be in love with an emotionally distant saxophone player, and then I'll be Ali Sheedy in every movie she's in. The only good thing that happened because of this haircut is I do have an impression. This is my impression of Ali Sheedy in the movie The Breakfast Club. Okay, Ali Sheedy in The Breakfast Club. Vodka. Pretty good. I was just thinking, it's just like, you know how you have a cheap pizza pan and it'll take 2 seconds, like water just has to like glance off of this pizza pan for it to start rusting. I don't know if you guys ever have that. Buy cheap pizza pans. But I just want to say that like an IUD, some of those do have metal in it, and they are not in a dry place for sometimes up to 5 years. And so just kind of going back to that pizza pan kind of thing. It needs work. It's okay though. It's okay. Other things that are not in the zeitgeist, I've been watching Friends a lot lately, and it's like kind of annoying because it's such a will they or won't they kind of show. You know, it's just like Roz and Monica, just get it over with already. Just get your own room. I also was catching up on some Game of Thrones, and my favorite character is Hodor. I love him. He's so great. And I really just wish that when no one was looking, he was just secretly solving mysteries. And so I want to pitch to HBO sort of like a detective serial, kind of like a Murder, She Wrote kind of thing. Except it'll be Murder He Hodored. So gonna be pitching that soon. Yeah, guys, I am very proud of myself. I wrote a poem the other day. It was actually kind of like a pretty long poem, and I was pretty glad about it. There was like a lot of iambic pentameter, kind of Shakespeare style. You know, now that I think about it, it wasn't that long. It was more of an ode. It had a lot of like alliteration, like a lot of consonants coming together constantly. You know what? Now that I think about it, maybe it wasn't like a grocery. It was actually my grocery list. So now we know that rice rhymes with spice. So there we go. 45 seconds, just gonna do a couple of quick impressions for you guys. This is my impression of Cleopatra. Okay, Cleopatra. Nailed it, guys. I gave myself chills on that one. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Goosebumps. Full on goose. Where's Maverick? I don't know. That's how good that impression was. Thank you, guys.
Hey.
Yay. Yeah.
Rain.
Yeah. Thank you one more time for Alicia Rain. And I found I needed a notebook to be able to basically write down my passwords for my new job that I start tomorrow. And I found a notebook, and inside it I found poems that I had written.
Yeah.
Reading them, and I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, what were you thinking?
Give us a quick one.
I will later, but I like to point out that these were poems this wasn't like a notebook from high school or college. These were ones I wrote in my 30s, like 4 years ago.
Yes.
And they're that cringy. So if you want to know the state I'm at, I'm going through notebooks, guys. This is bad. For material, and maybe I'll read one later. I'll read it before the fastest minute to get you guys hyped up. Not humped up. You guys could get humped up after the mic for all I care. Oh, I'm excited for our next comedian. Holy cow, I'm really excited. It's Laura Hogg.
Laura Hogg.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I have been the asshole tonight that has run my sink and then thinks that I muted my mic and then crinkled a lot of paper. Trying to get a set list that I've had time to do for the last hour and a half. But I'm like, no, let me wait until the comic before me and then crinkle the fuck out of that paper. That's been me tonight. And everyone's got to be here. And I got to tell you that it feels really natural. So I usually have good Zoom etiquette, but not today. Not today. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's see. I've been talking about race with like everybody else, with all my white friends. You may know my white friends. You'll see them. They have a lot of on Facebook. They all have pictures of themselves that say Black Lives Matter with absolutely no Black people in the pictures. That's my crew right there. My church is I go to a non-denominational Christian church, but it's very inclusive and very LGBTQ friendly. And I like to say that right up top, so that I don't get attacked for my beliefs by all my open-minded friends. So, but we had a caucus on race and to talk about it. So they put all the congregants of color in one group and all the white people in another group. And I'm like, so far, pretty easy. It's like, and basically it just devolved into us talking about how we could ruin potato salad. I'm just kidding. That is a myth perpetrated by Black people against white people, that white people ruin potato salad, and it's bullshit. We do not put raisins in the potato salad. I put cranberries in that. Okay, so fuck you all. I used to live in Old Town. You guys are, those of you from far and away don't know the neighborhood. It's the type of neighborhood where you go to sleep and worry that you wake up in the morning and your car is replaced by a wine festival. It's kind of a nice neighborhood. The buildings were interesting and the people were not. But there was a fancy market there called Plum Market. And I was like, I'm going to do my attempt to unpack my racist backpack. And I am going to occupy Black spaces. So I went to the Plum Market and I'm like, I will only let the Black cashiers wait on me. And then I realized that it is not a Black owned market. So basically I was going to a white owned market and making all the Black people wait on me. So again, progress, not perfection. Okay. That was supposed to be funny. It is funny sometimes, and other times it's like, oh yeah, you just have a long way to go. A lot of tension in the world right now. How do I deal with that? Prayer, I think. Thank you. I established that. I do believe in God. I don't know exactly what I think God is. I know my church spokesmodel is Jesus. I don't like the concept of God as the Father. That's not because I have a problem with God being male. I just didn't want to go into the afterlife being raised by another single parent. And I meditate, and I recommend all of it to you. Meditate. It stills my mind. It does help my creativity. It stills the racing mind. That's what the Buddhists call monkey mind. And I do have a monkey mind because my mind races and I throw my feces. Okay, thanks so much. Have a good night.
Yeah. Thank you, Laura Hug. Laura, did you move? I thought you lived in North Center.
I do. I used to live in Old Town. Yeah, I used to. I moved from there to the Christmas ornament that is North Center. So.
We hear it's the snow globe. We hear
it's the snow globe
and gunshots then probably.
Inside.
Yeah. It's you're welcome.
Do you want to hear one of my poems? Do you guys want to hear it?
Yes.
Do it.
Go ahead.
This is a poem from a 30-year-old.
Yeah, I was probably like 33 when I wrote this.
Okay.
And I'm judging by
afterwards, like Def Poetry Jam.
I'm judging by the notes before and after it. I could kind of date it. So if I die, just remember this one is from like my early 30s. If a piece of glass separated a lion from me as I ate at Burger King, I would eat somewhere else. I don't think I would be able to feel satisfied.
Did you say satisfied or satisfied?
Satisfied.
It's satisfied, yeah.
Satisfied. Clap, you asshole. Hell yeah.
For those that don't remember, Satisfries were the new big thing 5 years ago or so. So that was a Satisfries poem/joke. I'm gonna keep rolling, and maybe you guys can get another joke. I don't know, or another poem. I don't know. I basically just read a poem, read a joke as a poem, guys. That's what I try to do. I don't see Ellen. Is Ellen in here anymore? I don't see her. She's
the doctor
gone.
In. We need a doctor.
The doctor is out, so we're gonna go on to our next performer. She is here. Janice Israela.
Hey, I can be the doctor. It's okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'll kill you all. So I'm just gonna get rid of my face here. I have to stare at my face here. Here we go. I like this view here. Yeah, so I had a birthday right around my COVID meltdown in April. Yeah, I had a birthday. I turned 58. So it's nice. I'm not dead yet, And there's definitely, I don't like getting old. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I don't enjoy it, but like, there's definitely some benefits. Like I'm now a senior at the local pharmacy, which we call Shoppers Drug Mart. I guess it would be like Walgreens or something like that. Yeah. So I'm now a senior. It's great. On Thursdays, which is a scam because people my age can't remember when it's Thursday. And when I remember when it's Thursday, then I forget my mask, which doesn't go over well over there because everyone just wears their fucking masks here. It's not a big deal. It's not political. We just put them on. So that's how I get my exercise. It's great being older. I no longer get harassed by men, which is nice. I can now walk by a construction site in a tank top and shorts. I'm more likely to get hit by a dump truck than get catcalled. But shoplifting is a breeze. So, so that's good. What else? I can now go to a bar, and sit at the bar and no one talks to me. It's great. And if a young lady is being harassed by a douchebag, then I can just go up to him and like squeeze his testicles, and he never saw me coming. I'm now the protector of young women. What else? But I still get catcalls. I do. I got catcalled the other day by another woman. Actually, I was walking down the street and she yelled, "I like your pants," which was nice. Just the pants, not what's inside them. That's okay. I'm good with that. I used to get excited by different things when I was younger. Like I used to like, going out dancing and getting fancy. But the other day I spent all afternoon choosing the perfect dress for my colonoscopy appointment. Yeah, I chose a backless number. And the doctor's really hot. Yeah. I wish I looked as hot as I feel, I feel like fucking hot. Okay. I had the air conditioner on. I'm so fucking hot. I had the air conditioner on so high yesterday that I could see my breath. Okay. And I was sweating so much. I woke up my husband. I said, honey, I'm on fire. And he's like, oh, baby, you were so wet. Except for that little dry patch. Yeah, but I actually think I finally stopped getting my period, which was crazy because like last year, every month was like the season finale of Game of Thrones. Wake up, I'd be like, where's the horse's head? But I finally changed my pads from always to never again. So that seems to solve the problem. What else do I want to tell you? Let's see. I did have some work done. I had some work done. I had 4 precancerous polyps removed from my colon. It's nice. Now my colon's as young as a 25-year-old, so we're good to go. I've been married for a long time. I've been married for over 30 years. And these people clap. I don't know. Someone mentioned that they clap when you get married and they clap. What was the other thing they said? I can't. It was a couple of comics ago. But anyways, yeah, I like being married. Okay, my husband took me for our anniversary to Niagara Falls, Ontario, the Canadian side. And okay, it was a disaster. It was awful. I'm not gonna lie. We spent the whole weekend watching a disgusting old couple having sex. Yeah, it's the last time I book a hotel room with mirrors on the ceiling. It was gross. We saw the falls though. We saw them from every angle. Yeah, we saw them from above. We saw them from the side. We saw them from behind. Turns out the only thing that got me wet was going beneath the falls. Don't judge me. I like the missionary position. Okay, it's comfy. Older, it's comfy.
Hey, Dennis, that was over your time, so I gotta
sorry.
Put in there and keep.
That's okay. Cut me off. Mute me.
You're muted and banned until the fast.
Ooh, yeah, Mark, lay down that law.
Laying down the hammer, banned until the fastest minute. Did you guys know that they could just like turn off the water on Niagara Falls? I want everybody to go and Google that right now. Niagara Falls with no water. It's really freaky. They do it. The Niagara Falls is fake. It's like a fucking Las Vegas thing. I swear to God. Look it up. True story. Our next comedian, he's not fake at all. He's been waiting patiently to go up. Ian Ryan Smith.
Oh,
Maya he, Maya ha, Maya ha. Maya, ha, ha, Maya, he, Maya, ha, Maya, ha, Maya. Oh shit! I didn't see you guys over there. I was just getting some of the gunk out of my fingernails. You know, gotta do that before the show. I just like singing while I do that. Maya, he, Maya. Ha. Okay, I'm done with that. You're never gonna see that again. Yeah, let's see. There are some people who think I drink too much Diet Mountain Dew. I like to call those people correct. Let's see. I have $10, which makes me thousands of dollars richer than my friends. It must be an older audience who doesn't have student loan debt. Yeah. Jokes are always funny if you have to explain them to other people.
Yeah.
Let's see. My blood type is A positive, but I'm kind of a negative guy. I was listening to Cher the other day, and I was rolling the windows down on my car because I have a very bad habit of looking super cool all the time. And I was playing Cher, and then these college freshmen, they come up to my car and they say, "Hey, what's that whack shit you're playing?" And I go, "It's Cher, you cretin. You'll probably learn about her when you're losing your virginity at a dumbass frat party." Yeah, they put something in that keg. That's for sure. Don't go to frat parties. I've never been to one, and I've turned out just great. Just fucking great. Let's see. I really should have wrote down that joke that was really funny that I didn't write down. Gah. Let's see. That sucks. Let me see. Those are all bad. Let me just tell you guys about how I don't have health insurance. I know some of you in the first world can't comprehend that we have to pay for health insurance down here in the second world. But I don't have health insurance, so when I need medical attention, all I can afford is the televangelist guy. Chronic skin rash! I blow the wind of God into you. All right, thank you very much. I'm Ian Rose.
Yeah, thank you, Ian. I like that.
He did the laugh, and then that got me. That weird, good facial expressions, Ian.
Yes, you do a lot of good emoting with your face. I do enjoy that. Your nails look beautiful too. Do you guys want to hear a passage from this book?
Yes.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna read. I'm not good at reading, so please don't judge me. Standing before her, breathing deeply, his chest rising and falling to the beat of her fluttering heart, Dean drank in sight of her. Even fully clothed, she was a feast for one's eyes. Her cheeks flushed with color and her lips being parted and still partially swollen from their fevered kiss on the beach. It was almost too much for Dean. He felt his constraint snapping like a frayed piece of rope.
His constraint?
I don't understand. That's why it gave me a migraine. I don't understand half the fucking words in this. This must be Canadian fan fiction, right? Please, someone from Canada.
Oh yeah, he's got a big constraint down there.
He frayed it frayed like a rope. Oh,
that's what it's about. That's what we call
rope.
You Americans got boners. You call them constraints.
Yeah. I don't
We get our
understand.
milk in a bag.
There's 300 pages of that. Our next comedian coming up. I'm going to introduce him so we can keep getting through. Please welcome Dan Dutchy.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. And yeah, I think I saw that same excerpt on Match.com. Anyway, yeah, I'm Danny Dutchy, and hold on, honey, can you shut the microwave oven? Okay, thanks. All right. So, sorry, strong oven. So yeah, I'm Danny Dutchy, and you know, I don't know how old I am because my parents lost my birth certificate when they put me in the basket in the river. Yeah, but I do remember the name of the river. It was called Niagara Falls. So, I was just thinking about this the other day. You know, whenever I'm trying to cook on my own now, whenever making beer battered fish, use a full beer bottle or an empty one. Beer battered fish. Great. So anyway, the grocery store across the street from me now has shrimp from Argentina. Woo! Okay, it's a big deal for me because I'm from Argentina and I hardly get to see anything or anyone from Argentina. So I was really excited. So I rushed off to the store and I told the cashier, I told her, hey, I'm from Argentina too. And these are my people. Yeah. So, yeah, so I took the shrimp home and we talked about the good old days in Argentina. And then we watched a little bit of soccer on TV and then I ate them. I mean, that's what I bought them for, right? To eat. Yeah. So, let's see what else. So, also, yeah, my father was a peaceful man. Yeah, he would always beat me with an olive branch. So, yeah. Yeah, when I was a kid, one of the first toys I got was a astronaut surveyor kit. And, you know, I would pretend I was an astronaut on the moon, picking up moon rocks. But my parents would only let me play with this once a week. I later found out that it was actually the vacuum cleaner. So it's almost voting time. Oh, you know, by the way, whenever I go to Starbucks, I always order 8 cups of coffee because I like hearing my name. Yeah, and you know, a lot of the Starbucks, you can actually go vote there. So, you know, in November, you know, you can actually vote at some of the Starbucks. And if you buy a coffee, they will let you vote twice. You know, so let's see, speaking of stuff. So, yeah, it's summer, which means it looks like we're going to have another drought here in California. And over here in California, we're going to have another drought here. And a lot of people actually try to save water by not flushing the toilet every time. And somebody asked, well, when should I flush the toilet? And I said, well, when you can't close the lid. So, I think there's stuff like that. So let's see what else happening. Yeah, so yeah, I gotta you know, keep our environment clean because you know, it gets polluted out there. I was actually hiking a while back, the river up north, and this river was polluted with so much mercury. How much mercury? Well, it was polluted with so much mercury, I could take my temperature with the salmon. Yep. So, okay, well, before you go, I'm going to play a song before I go. How about this Billy Joel song, The Piano Man? Okay, here we go. Okay, that was my first time doing that. Okay, okay, thanks. I'm Danny.
Woohoo! Thank you, Danny. I like it, guys. It's like we're a variety mic tonight. We got poetry, we have literature, we have music, we have Canadian fan fiction. I just kept reading. I kept reading beyond what I read out loud, and I can't read that on Facebook, guys. I like
which though.
Did you guys like changing analogies mid-sentence? Do you guys like doing that? I'll read one sentence. Dean was like a magician with his fingers, playing her body expertly as though it were a fiddle and he a master musician. So there you go. He's a magician and a musician within 10 words of each other. I don't know how this fucking works. No editor on this book. You know, our next comedian, he doesn't edit anything as far as I'm concerned. I gotta look. Hey, Justin, are you here? You gotta start your video and unmute. I'm asking to unmute and asking to start. Are you there, buddy?
I am here.
Now I just gotta find you. This is the problem.
Oh my god. Oh, I gotta through it now. Hold on. All right, there we are. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I see a ceiling. I see a face. Now I see the face. Please welcome
All
Justin
right.
Shepard.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I am grateful that we're doing this online open mic thing. This lockdown, this is the hardest thing we've ever had to do. I'm 32 years old, and my generation's greatest struggle up until now was whether or not to end the YouTube ad right when we can skip or wait for a few more seconds so they think they were ignoring it. Like, I don't want to watch a commercial, but also fuck them if they think I'm going to watch this another 5 seconds. The more I watch it, the more I throw them off, and the more I give in to their satanic plot to engage in commercial succubus with everyone who wants to hear Stone Cold Steve Austin tell the truth about Himalayan sea salt. Because personally, I want to know how the hell they got a sea up on top of a mountain like that. Really, at my core, though, I'm just mad that I exist, and if it were up to me, I wouldn't. I only swam towards my mom's egg to get away from my dad's balls. And that's really why I feel like it's natural to hate your father. Like, oh, why would you let me love you? And the only natural response is, fuck you, that's why. You know, it's nothing personal. We're all just only here because we got tired of the taint stank seeping in through the wrinkles.
Ew.
I won't ever kill myself, though, because one, I'm a pussy, and two, people love me, and it sucks. Like, I'm holding myself hostage for as long as possible just so I don't miss out on the chance to struggle with the negotiator. And my demands are going to get pretty weird pretty soon. Like, the first time I asked for pizza, and I think the next time I'm going to ask for wooden teeth. And don't you think that would rule? All your food would be barrel-aged. Are there any ancient Egyptians in the audience tonight?
Yes.
No? All right. I had a really good pyramid joke. It was very pointed. Do you want to hear it anyway?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. One day, the head slave driver came to the pharaoh and he said, "Your Majesty, no matter how hard I whip, the slaves move slowly. How are we to complete your pyramid?" And the pharaoh replied, "Easy. Just tell them there's a penny at the top." That's not even like a Jew joke, though. Like, that was a lot of money back then. Imagine this. 50 years ago, you could buy a house for $45,000. So, like, a penny would be like $16 trillion in BC times money. And they probably hadn't even heard of copper yet. Like, could you imagine going back in time and you're just wasting people left, right, and center with a stainless steel frying pan? Like, Julius Caesar's completely helpless to do anything, and you're just wailing on him, and suddenly halfway through you realize there's a reason all the statues look like this. Like, whenever I start to appreciate art, I start to notice how ugly people used to be and think, like, maybe art was a conspiracy just to get the ugly people to stand still while the hot people fucked. My last name is Schaefer, which in German means shepherd, except by German standard, it's spelled wrong. So I think it's a miracle that I was born at all, coming from a bunch of illiterate sheep herders. Considering where I came from, I've been failing upward my entire life. People think I'm on an upward trajectory, but I'm just failing into my rut. Like, a lot of people brag about being the first in their family to go to college. I'm the first person in my family not to have a child by 30. I'm doing fantastic. I don't think that I'm ever going to be able to really retire because, like, I didn't go to college. I knew doing homework was a dying industry and I wouldn't be able to get a good job as a test taker in the next 3 to 5 years. So, like, I don't think I'm ever going to be retired because I think that means I'm going to be well rested enough in order to be tired again. And, like, is being retired really even a career goal? Usually when people want to lay around and watch daytime TV, it's because they're alcoholics. Like, my grandpa is retired and he can't do everything. I took him bowling because I thought for some reason that'd be fun to do for him at 90. And he got 16 pins the entire time. So I think when I'm 90, I want to be dead for 50 years. It's just like I want to be left out of a home as long as possible so I can get as much out of this life as I can. But when I start to get senile enough that my plans includes burning down Asian nail salons because Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama are unleashing their satanic powers on frogs to institute Sharia law at Panera Bread, it might be time to take away my driver's license and start applying for credit cards. Thank you all very much. I'm Justin Schaefer. You can catch me.
Yeah, Justin.
Hopefully not looking outside your window.
Hey, Justin, speaking of illiterate sheep herders, the author of this, who probably is one, I just looked, there's 3 books in this series. There are 3 of these. There's 900 pages of this.
What are the other 2 called? This one sounds like it should be about a cake.
Oh, I will look it up right now, or I could look it up and introduce it. I don't really know. I don't really care. You're all gonna wait.
Icing the temptation. Like, that sounds like I'm doing keto and I really want this cake, but I have to.
Justin, are you in the light? Because your face is like really red. I don't know if you like got angry or something.
I got one of these lights.
Okay, yeah.
And I got one of those things with the frisbee, and it's...
the rest of the series, guys. Melting the Ice. That's book 2. That's the sequel. Thin Ice is the 3rd.
Whoa!
When Lightning Strikes is the 4th one. And then it looks like she wrote a knockoff 50 Shades of Grey called Contractual Attraction.
What is with her in
that without having
constraints?
It's a contractual attraction.
Is it an honorable? Like, is it an honorable?
There's ebooks. I know that. There are ebooks. I don't know if it's Audible, but you could
want to
probably
do the narration for the audio.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what? I might just narrate this and put it on Zoom next week. So
Pratik, do you remember when you were the narrator for a script reading?
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
Oh boy! That was the first time me and Pratik hung out. I was like, this guy has this incredible voice. I can listen to him read the phone book. This is
You got
awesome.
a good, incredible voice too. Also, we got to post that video of us twerking.
please post that before the fastest minute comedy. Honestly,
twerk,
share your screen and do it. In the meantime, introduce our next comedian. Local in Chicago, but not local his whole life, as you can tell by his accent. This is not a Chicago accent. Please welcome Michael Cooper.
Coop. Hey y'all, how's it going? Yes, I'm aware. When I talk, I sound like the bad guy in all the historically accurate movies. It's been mentioned. I'm okay with it. Look, I'm 33 years old and I'm polyamorous. At 33 years old, started being polyamorous. And it turns out that word is just a long way of saying I'm tired. Like, I didn't plan to have any kids or nothing, right? And I still don't have kids. But I've heard from other polyamorous people that, like, they've had, like, them being polyamorous come up in their court battles, like in custody cases, things like that.
Hey, I'm almost done.
And that is not cool. But also, I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to go and stand in solidarity with you because I'm exhausted. We'll be outside the courthouse like, we're here. We're polyamorous. Give us a minute to ourselves. You know, I told my friend, I was like, yeah, I get it. I empathize with you, but I can't possibly love you. There's already too many people I love. Polyamorous doesn't mean omniamorous, okay? There's a limit. Hey, do y'all think R. Kelly just did all that shit to get a cabinet position? All right. All right. I love silent laughter. I love silent, expressionless laughter is really what I'm doing. I know everyone wants like the big gut laughters, but I don't know. I'm a different kind of guy. I like silent, expressionless laughter, and I thank you all so much for doing that. Some of you are so silent and expressionless, I'm not sure if your camera's off and it's your profile picture, or if you just have incredible self-control. Look, I'm going through this thing like with my dad, and we're not speaking, and we're not gonna speak. And it's because he said some racist shit, and I told him that if he was going to do that, if he was going to co-sign that behavior, I couldn't, you know, be close to him and look any black people in the eye. And my thinking there was that by cutting him off, he would one day call me and say he wanted to fix it, and would then, because he loved me, work on that and become anti-racist. And that is why us white allies should not be in charge of tactics. Like the idea that my father's love for me would make him suddenly change 50 years of deep embedded racism is thoroughly narcissistic. And there is no evidence that it will be effective whatsoever. I'm disappointed about it because I just gotten this job and it comes with some like time off and stuff. And I was going to go visit them during that time, but I guess I'll just go fishing now. I love fishing.
Just go fishing.
I love fishing. I just hate how sometimes you'll go fishing and you catch everything but your father's love.
So no bait for that, Cooper.
I knew I'd get y'all back in. Look, I don't like the Second Amendment. I'm running out of time. TLDR. My brother's a cop back home in Alabama. He was going to come to Chicago to do it, but they wouldn't hire him. They said he didn't have enough video editing experience. Fascists, lots of fascists in Chicago donate to progressive causes. Bye.
Thank you, Michael Cooper. I like how Mike, you're picking on people for having their camera off and muted, and you had your camera off and muted the entire mic, I believe. So that was
I was actually watching it next to Katie. And I thought about mentioning that, but then I was like, there's no way Katie's not gonna be like, no, I was watching it with Michael. Just to like create a false narrative that we're two teenagers who like have created an alibi.
Here's what we'll do. We'll check the backgrounds as I introduce our next performer, who I think is in the same room then. Please welcome Katie Zane.
Thanks so much, Mark. Oh boy. Okay, so I need you guys' opinion. So I shaved my head and now it's growing back out. And so I have like two looks right now. I have like baby lesbian or like fuck boy. Like I can faux hawk my hair so quickly. It just doesn't naturally. Like I'm basically walking around looking like boys that I thought were cute when I was 13. Like it's weird. It's so weird. Yeah, my life has been really, really strange this week. I tried to do the right thing by the environment and start using a menstrual cup. But it turns out I'm too disabled to use a menstrual cup. Oh no. That's funny, not sad, by the way. I did pull my shoulder out trying to use one, though successfully getting it to work in a power outage the first time. I don't know what that's about. This is really only important to Chicago people, but today is the anniversary of the first time I did the Coles mic and then threw up. So today's an important day for me. I feel like you're not a real comic unless you've puked directly after a set. That was fun for me. I'm glad I stopped drinking before I do comedy. So I've been watching a lot of Netflix, and I've been specifically watching all 16 seasons of Grey's Anatomy because I have a lot of time and the show does actually get better. But I have realized something after watching the show for a little while here is that there's a lot of sick kids on the show, a lot of sick children. And I've realized that like every terminally ill child can't be a great kid. Like they're always describing like, oh, this sick kid, they're such a great kid, we got to save their life. But the thing is, like, the odds are statistically not all terminally ill children are nice. There are dickhead sick kids. You guys are not down with this. You do not like me talking about sick children. All I'm saying is there's some asshole that survived their terminal child illness, and they're the most insufferable of them all. There's just some person that's like, well, you know, you can't argue with them because they survived cancer when they were 8. You know, you just can't do anything with it. Let's see, what else do I want to talk to you guys about? I've been really missing being in a mental institution. I've been really, really missing because it's the same. Right now, it's the same. I can't go anywhere. Except for when you're in a mental institution, you get snacks. You get snacks twice a day. In fact, you get the queen mother of all snacks, chocolate pudding. And if there's anything that this quarantine needs more of, it's chocolate pudding. And then also, when you're in a mental institution, there's a lot of nurses about that might ask you how you're feeling, and they might be like, "Oh, you're anxious," and they might go, "Would you like a Xanax or a Klonopin?" And that's again a service that I think like we're greatly missing from the quarantine. It's just someone going door to door, being like, "Excuse me, would you like a benzodiazepine?" And people are like, "I don't know what that means," but yes. And I'm just like, A or B, like whatever choice. They're gonna make you feel better and different than you feel right now. Ooh, can't feel as bad as I do at the moment though. So I'm just gonna actually stop my set. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Katie. Thank you very much, Katie. Good. Yeah, thank you guys. One thing I want to do in the chat, some people were thinking that I am April Cronin and I wrote these books. I want to show you guys.
It's your pet name.
If I write a book, and if I write a professional hockey fan fiction romance book, this is what I'm gonna look like on the book sleeve.
You forgot the pumpkin spice latte. Where is it?
I'm gonna tell you. So I got into
So cute.
I'll put it back up.
I want that jacket. Where'd you get that jacket?
So adorable.
I got it.
You look very Canadian.
There was
Very Canadian look.
I'm pretty sure
You look like you got a free haircut.
You got Chelsea. That's what happened.
You got a free pap smear and then they did your hair.
Chelsea Hornback.
Because I got into a fight on Facebook in the comments section about a professional hockey player that kneeled during the American national anthem. And I was pointing out that he was a Trump supporter and he still kneeled and he just called me a woman and then took the time to Photoshop this for me.
He loves you.
And then posted an image of somebody like grabbing tissue paper like they just got done finishing themselves. So it made somebody
Oh, wow.
So that just means he read my fan fiction. That means he's the number one fan right there. Oh, guys,
Into a lot of trouble.
Canadians are weird. Our next comedian is not weird, I promise. Please welcome our next comedian, Ying Vigeland.
Yeah, you got it right. Ying Vigeland. Hi, everybody. Nice to be here. I think it's the first time I'm here. First time. Yeah. So how's Corona treating you, everybody? How good? I think they're still keep you at least 6 feet away from you, right? You want to keep it that way. Because Corona actually paid me a visit. Back in March and June, I was sick for 3 months. But I can report to you, I didn't get it from China. Okay? I got it from Spokane, Washington. Yeah, can I call it the Spokane virus? Okay. So, yeah, because I'm still reading on Facebook. People say they have not personally met anybody, friends or relative that actually got the virus. So they're saying on Facebook, is this thing even real? And that kind of got me really bad. If that's you, if that's your case, now you have, okay? You're looking at it, Ying virus. I mean, Spokane virus. So you can tell people about it. I don't mind. I don't care. You can just say you actually met someone on Facebook, on Zoom show, Ying, a comedian, and virus, whatever. So I want to establish that way. Corona, comedian. Anyway, so quarantine, right? We're doing the quarantine. So how you doing in quarantine, everybody? I found myself recently, eating a lot, like eating machine. I think part of it is to kind of try to gain the weight back. Your body want to do it. You don't, right? Because I lost a lot of weight during that 3 months. Eating, I'm talking about like 13, 14, 15 hours a day. That kind of eating sounds like Chinese panda, right? It's Emily Town here. We have Chinese. Yeah, that's what China panda do that nonstop. Like the bamboo thing. So after I'm doing that for 2 months, then I thought, you know what? I finally got it. That's why they call it pandemic. Right? just nonstop eating. So if I got sick, I really wish that I got sick now instead of 3-4 months ago, back in March, April, because it was impossible to get the test, right? So in March, I was thinking this is flu. Okay, by April, I was like, fuck that. I got it. I need to get tested. So I called my doctor's office. The nurse on the phone had me describe all the symptoms. So I went through like 10 minutes describing, and the nurse says, no, you're not qualified to get tested. I was like, why? And the nurse said, because your fever of 99.9 have not hit 104. So you're not fucked up enough. And your diarrhea is not running enough. 7-8 times a day, that's not that bad. Gosh. And then you're not old enough. You got to be 60 years old and over. So this one, I kind of had conflicting feelings about it. I'm thinking, well, if local comedy club telling that to me, say, yeah, you're not that old, we're going to hire you to comedy. I'll be happy. Now they're saying, no, you're not too old. And also you're not essential workers, okay? Because you're not in healthcare, you're not work in prison, and you're not work in handling food industry, okay? So what do? The nurse asked me, says, oh, you're environmental engineer? Definitely you're not getting the test, right? Because you guys fucked up, climate change thing. So 3 times I called in April to get a test. So second time I called, I said, no, but I was miserable. I was like coughing nonstop 24/7. And the nurse says, are you coughing up blood? I said, well, do I supposed to? I guess I'll come out with something red next day. That's what you wanted. Oh, anyway, good to report though. I did get tested finally in May when they had that free drive-through testing thing. By May, I think I was positive. No, I was tested negative. Okay, sorry. So June, July, test another 2 times negative. I hope I'm good. I don't know. But I think we have the 2 Asian here. Just really anti-Asian earlier. I listened to you back, right? The guy left and Emily Tong, so what's hot right now is a TikTok, right? Everybody Microsoft tried to buy. Is my time up?
Yeah, your
Sorry.
time. Yeah, it was.
I'm over my time. Sorry about that.
It's totally cool. I'm glad you're healthy now. I'm glad you didn't cough up blood or have too runny of diarrhea, but just runny enough to still be safe. I'm very glad. It's good to get updates on everybody's COVID experience.
Okay.
It's gonna be. I'm no matter what happens, if I get COVID or not, I'm fucking telling people I did. Like, there's no way I'm not. Like, I'm trying, like, in like 40 years, like you're not gonna tell your grandkids you didn't have it. Like, you have to. I don't know.
Lame.
I'm also telling my grandkids I was at 9/11, right? It wasn't that how you get by in comedy. You lie about it.
Yeah, we were all there, dude. Before cell phones. We don't have pictures.
Came together to catch the skyscrapers as they fell. Our next comedian coming up needed a lead in like that. I'm glad. Please welcome Kevin Kellum.
Oh boy!
Oh boy! Hot stuff coming through. So one thing I've learned about just this pandemic is there's a lot of parts of my body that I don't like. I spend so much time looking at myself in the mirror and on Zooms like this. There's a lot of things I don't like about myself. And in some things I'm just kind of patient with myself with. And one of them is the size of my head. I don't like how big my head is. I have the type of head that would make you think, especially with my bald head, that I'm like a telepathic character in a sci-fi show. Like, my head looks like it's a prosthetic head that was put on a much smaller, normal head. When I was a baby, my mom said you didn't crawl, but you would just push your forehead across the floor. I would crawl. I crawled the way a dog rubs his ass on the carpet. Like that's what was going on. That's how much my head weighed me down. I don't like that. Another thing is I'm very happy with my dick size. Very, very happy with it. I feel I have a very fine, I have a very, very, very serviceable dick. But I've realized this too. People who the first time they get to be intimate with me are surprised. Oh wow, look at that. Would you look at that? They say it in the other room, like someone needs to come in and see my dick when they saw. I don't have big dick energy. I have bigger than expected dick energy. That's what I have. I don't have like an A+ cock. I have a, you know what, solid B-. Like that's the type of stuff I have. I have an A for effort cock. That's what I have right now. So that is something I'm working on. Another thing I'm never going to stop working on is my love of the greatest form of art in the world. It's the greatest form of theater in the world. It's better than comedy. It makes comedy look like a real shit show.
Yeah.
It was not stopped by the coronavirus because it's more powerful than the coronavirus. And that is professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Shakespeare for the masses who want to see someone kick some asses. Patty is texting about it right now. And gotcha, Patty. I'm messing with you. It's good. Have fun, Patty. It's okay. The thing about professional wrestling that I love is that everyone wants to tell me it's fake, but everything else is fake. All right. Millions of people watch The Bachelor, but guess what? This marriage is not a real fucking marriage. Okay, everybody? They are not going to last. This is not built to last. You know what did last? The tag team of the Hardy Boys. They're brothers, okay? And they fought each other many times, and kids will dress like them and jump off a garage and fall through a couch to impress their friends. That's what wrestling does. You know what's fake? I don't know. Someone named Tiffany, who was Miss America last year, that's on ABC every Monday night. It's a bunch of bullshit. I love wrestling. The guy's trying to tell me wrestling's fake, and he says, WrestleMania, more like Beatle, mate. And I chopped him across the chest before he could finish. Fuck the Beatles. Beatles are a great band, but I don't care about them the way I care about wrestling. They're not rock stars. Want to know who's a rock star? Watch this, Patty. Want to know who's a rock star? The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Ooh. See that, Patty? I didn't know who was going to say that. I said a man's name, and people said, woo, all right? Ringo Starr could walk into this Zoom, and no one makes a fucking noise, okay? Ric Flair walks in, people make a noise. He's a rock star. He's got South Carolina named after him, called Flair Country, because of all the illegitimate children he don't fucking know about. Come on now. Mark, get it back. Read me some erotic fan fiction.
That's all.
You guys want to see my impression of Kevin Kelm's big head if he shaves?
Yes, please, 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 please.
That's a mask that goes over your entire head.
And then he has like my descended eyes, like the eyes that look like they're 4 inches into my head. Look at that.
Because it's from the movie Drive. Ryan Gosling puts that on, and then his head is massive then because it goes over his hair. I think he has a hat on under it. I'm not sure. Speaking of that movie,
my head looks like a mask of what my face should be.
Yeah, it looks like somebody like made up a mold of your head and then just said, you know what, just keep it on. That's his head now. That's it. We'll carve it over it. No, I went to see that movie Drive with my wife in the theater, and
great movie.
And if no spoilers, but there's a scene where the main character like brutally kicks the shit out of somebody in an elevator, just like beats and kicks a guy to death, and then then the elevator doors open and it's just like quiet, and it's like a really brutal scene, and people are like gasping and stuff, and my wife fell asleep. She's just, and so it's like this guy gets the shit kicked out of him, the elevator doors open, and then my wife just starts snoring audibly. Christine cannot stay awake for a movie. It is wild.
Christine, I love that name. I love the name Christine. It's one of those like good in a relationship yell at across a room names. Christine.
She's actually playing video games right now, so I do open mics and my wife plays video games. Our next comedian coming up, please welcome. We only got a few more than the fastest minute in comedy, just a few more. Gio Wagner.
How's everybody doing? No,
Hey.
I have to admit, I learned something today. I did not know that Ric Flair played musical instruments.
Yeah.
So he's a rock star. I did not know. I'd never heard him sing. Does he have a good voice?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's heard the New York Attorney General is suing the NRA, trying to dissolve the NRA. And the NRA's response was that's, I'm drawing a blank on what they said. That's baseless and shit. And I'm sorry, baseless and premeditated. I'm drawing a blank here. That's baseless and premeditated. And now baseless, maybe. Premeditated, it's a legal document. Of course it's premeditated. Do you know how long it takes them to write these things up? It takes them days. It takes us weeks to read them. They don't just pull them out of the air. Of course it's premeditated. Stupidest statement I've ever heard. I had good news today. I actually won a Facebook argument over the post office. All I had to do is tell them it's in the Constitution. How come they're not defending it like they do the Second Amendment gun rights? They said, oh, you're right. So just tie anything to the Second Amendment and you can win. Seems to work for the NRA. I don't know if you've heard Terry Crews has been on the warpath trying to defund Pornhub. Can somebody please explain to Terry Crews that we don't fund the Pornhub with our tax dollars? I know he probably doesn't understand how taxes work because he probably doesn't pay it. But still, come on. Yeah, you gotta wonder about these people sometimes. I see a lot of these comments on the Black Lives Matter. Somebody always puts that, all lives matter, and it's some white guy, and it's a single white guy, and I know it's a single white guy because as a guy, I know as soon as you get a significant other, girlfriend, wife, you learn, shut the fuck up. First thing they teach us. Because guys, we annoy women. Some of the things we say. So I'm gonna give you a tip. The next time you're out with your girlfriend and you don't want to annoy her, this is what you do. Repeat as necessary. So have you ever had that night when the earth moves? I actually had that the other day. It was touching. It was only later we found out that there actually was an earthquake. Just really blew our bubble out of the water. So I've been talking to a friend of mine this whole pandemic. She has been frustrated because she has not had sex for fear of getting COVID. And I said to her, I said, listen, the coronavirus is an upper respiratory infection. It's not an STD. Are you telling me that you can't hold your breath longer than these guys can last? Come on. All right, that is my time. You guys have been a great audience.
Hey!
Yeah.
Woo! Thank you, Gio. Thank you, Gio Wagner. I'm wearing a mask. We all wear. This is a
Looks like the Hollow Man's.
personal protection approved mask. That's how we're doing it
I
here.
never
guys.
thought Terry Funk and Terry Crews would get confused for him.
I like that though. What did I do? I have to start my video. Okay, sorry guys. Yeah, I'm back. Here I am. I'm starting my new job tomorrow, and then I emailed my boss and I was like, what time do I start on Monday? And then I realized that it's a Pacific time job, so I don't start till 11. And I don't know how late I work either. And I'm like, okay, totally cool. I could probably have a couple beers tonight. So a minute ago, I went over to my fridge to grab my second beer of the night. And I grabbed a nice ice cold beer and I looked at it. It was 11.5% in a can.
Yeah.
I could drink 2 of those. That's 6 beers. So not doing that, guys. Look at this. Look at the self-control. I don't know. You got, are you drinking the absinthe over there, Pratik?
I am drinking. It's a combination of river water and actual minerals and the sweat from Ultimate Warriors jockstrap. Yes, it's a great little mix there. It's a cocktail, if you will. It feels good. It's like that stuff from Space Jam. Remember the Michael Jordan secret juice? That's what that is.
All the electrolytes that you need for doing
all the electrolytes.
All of them. Our next comedian, I see him. He's not unmuted, but he's outside. I'm really excited. It's always fun to have a comedian on the street. Please welcome Tristan A. Smith.
On the street.
Hey, keep it going for Pratik and Mark for hosting.
Clap, please clap.
Or not. Yeah, I guess if you don't like it, you don't have to clap.
Hey.
I will
like
accept the compliment.
I'm never gonna make an audience clap for people they don't like. Even if it's me. I hear a lot of people say defund the police. That comes up a lot. Defund the police. If anything, I think we should refund the police. Them niggas' cameras keep breaking. That's gotta be awful. Like they can't just keep paying for all these cameras and not get money back. Come on now. All right, that's the joke. There's no more to it than that. It's just the two sentences. All right. Yeah, what else I want to talk about? Like for the last couple of weeks, I've been doing this joke about how like Chicago's had a lot of protests, you know, like throughout the last 2 months. And the first day of the protests, like were in the neighborhood where I worked, and they came within a block of like the protest became a riot. I mean, it came within a block. The riot almost destroyed my business, but it just barely didn't. I remember in the joke I talk about how I wish they'd gotten into my job because I have more weeks off work. Well, now Chicago had another riot, and they did break into my job, and I'm off work for 2 weeks, baby. Yeah. Oh, this is the dream. Yes.
Yes.
If you dream it, they will come. Yes. That's all. Again, Black liberation starts with me, baby. We got to get me free from work.
Tristan, you
You know what's also fucked up is like when I'm supposed to like work again on like a Saturday, like a week from now, I'm gonna call off on a sick day. I'm gonna just make sure I just don't come back to work. Like that's legit the dream. Like I didn't know how much I needed people to break into my job. That makes my life so much easier. All right. That's really only for Chicago people. I feel like nobody cares about this, but
no, they can work somewhere. Can work somewhere else.
You probably could, yeah. Thank you for having faith in me, Kevin. This is a joke you'll remember. So I used to have a writing partner for years. I had a writing partner back when I did like sketch comedy, and he's a white person. You need to know that for the joke. He's a white person, and one day we were talking about our childhoods. You know, like I told him, like my background. I was like, hey, I'm born and raised in Chicago. I went to Catholic school all my life, like you know, like just like little stuff like that. And then he told me, yeah, I was born and raised in Wisconsin, and one day I was exploring my family's farm home, like way back when, and I went up to the attic. I discovered they had a children's book about the family horse, and family horse is a black horse. Again, you need to know that for the joke. You have to know that. And I opened up the children's book, and I found out the family wrote a children's book about Nigger the horse. This is a real thing that happened. The horse is named Nigger. I can't make this up. This is a real thing that happened to my friend. And it was a very weird thing when he discovered this children's book, because it's like the fact that they made a children's book about Nigger the horse having adventures, like that means they made that to like get pitched somewhere. Like they went to all these meetings and like around town and be like, how come nobody's buying our children's book about Nigger the horse? No one's like, we went to Penguin Publishing. They said no. We went to Random House. They said no. How is nobody buying this wonderful uplifting tale about a black horse named Nigger? Like, I don't know why we're not breaking through the children's market. Like that's like, again, I always get stuck on this joke because I have nowhere to go because it's so real, but it's also just so insane. Like I don't think anybody like believes that's some real shit that happens. But I do have a white friend whose grandma had a horse named Nigger, and that's now you know that. Now you know that, and so I'm not the only one burdened with this information. I've been trying to exercise lately. I've been working out. Like I walk about 100 miles a month. Like that's one thing I've made that goal. But I realize, like that sounds cool or whatever. You know, stuff like, oh, you're really getting a lot of work in. But trying to work out during a pandemic is equivalent to like trying to pass a test and study for it while the teacher's already passing it out. Like I already had my chance to be fit. That was the first 33 years of my life. Like now, I'm just trying to nail fitness in the next 2 months so I don't die of coronavirus. That's an insane thought. That motorcycle is my punchline. Thank you very much. Give it up for Mark.
Woo!
Uh,
Thank you, Tristan. I just like how it just went to Andrew for a second. Just, Guys, we're doing this. I'm getting the list ready for the Feds Minute in Comedy. Stick around, you get to do a minute, but we got one more comedian. I'm very happy to have him. He's another local comic from Chicago. Please welcome Andrew Shankland.
Yes, all right. Hello all. Hello, friends. Hello, people I have yet to meet. Okay. I'm a teacher. I live in the same neighborhood I teach in, which definitely makes things interesting because sometimes I'll be walking around and a kid will start waving at me and I won't recognize the kid. And that's a strange predicament to be in because then all of a sudden I've got to explain to the mom. It's like, no, it's not what it looks like. I promise. I am actually very good friends with your child. Okay. I don't like when in the past I've had roommates who are not forthcoming with me about their feelings on things, but like will have very loud sex, which is insane to me. It's like, okay, cool. I heard you begging to be choked, but why won't you tell me who you voted for? Like, I don't understand that. Okay, good premise. I'm like a pretty left-leaning guy, but sometimes I can't tell if I hate capitalism or I just have social anxiety about talking to my landlord. like she lives right above me, and I have a poster I've been wanting to hang for months, but it feels easier to abolish private property than it would be to text her and find out if I can put one nail in my wall. I don't like being horny. I hate it. It sucks. I feel like when I'm horny, it feels like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which tells you everything you need to know about my relationship to sex. You know, like most people, they're like, "Oh, sex is like pizza." I'm like, "No, sex is like a novella from the 1800s." You know, like I'm like Dr. Jekyll when I'm horny because I'm green until I come. All right, it should have been Mr. Hyde, but whatever. Cool, fun. I was in Boy Scouts. One thing that I think people don't make clear enough about Boy Scouts is fun, but it's not cool. You know, like the pitch for Boy Scouts is like, hey, do you want to play with knives? Do you want to play with fire? Do you want to shoot guns? Cool. You can do all those things on one condition, and that is that you wear as much khaki as possible. We'll let you do whatever you want if you're fully covered in beige. I've been looking for a therapist. I found a therapist. I hope it works out. His name is Papa. That is the therapist. That is his name. Papa. I was like, boy, oh boy, can I not wait to tell Papa all about Daddy. Okay, that's not really anything. That's very silly. I was a really smart kid in high school, a very smart kid, and I would always help people on tests. Like they would cheat on my tests. And I'm still Facebook friends with a lot of people I went to high school with, and now I'm just seeing them ask questions about politics that I'm answering. And it's like, okay, I get it. If I didn't help you cheat, I wouldn't have to talk to you about this now. I was like, this is my fault. Okay. It blows my mind how thank you. I see 1 minute. It blows my mind how sex positive my generation is, because I can't help but imagine how differently we're gonna raise our kids than my parents raised me. We're gonna be like, yeah, there was a very hungry caterpillar, and let me tell you what he was hungry for. Ass. Okay. It's like, yeah, they called it the giving tree because it was a very generous lover. Okay. Yeah, I just like taking kid stuff and making it about sex. I think that's okay. I can we scrub that from the recording? I don't want a recording of me saying that. Okay. I'm done. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
One more time for Andrew Shankland, our resident Boy Scout.
Ow!
Guys, we have a few new comedians here that maybe haven't done the fastest minute. That you're gonna get a minute. You're not gonna get a light, and I'm just gonna bounce the camera to the next person, and if needed, mute you. But Pratik's gonna kick it off here. I just want to go over the rules real quick. The list was posted, so we'll do this. It's like 8 minutes long. It'll be awesome.
Hey, everybody. Okay, cool. Hey, you know what's great about Zoom comedies? You get to perform with different types of people. Like tonight, we saw poetry, we saw reading, we saw whatever. I once did a Zoom show with the 16-year-old magician. That's great. And I'm not knocking that at all. In fact, when I was 16 years old, I did some magic too. I did this magic trick. It's where I made my parents' love for each other disappear. It's a great magic trick. So great. Don't worry, they're still together. And you know why they're still together, Mark Hornbeck? Because they make each other come. It's important. Whenever you're in a relationship, make each other come. None of this, I just make myself come and that's it. You know what that is? That's when you masturbate with a spotter. No, make each other come. Bring each other together. It's a mutual thing. Take care of your partner. That's it for me. I'm going to leave now. Bye.
Go.
Our next comedian, I thought he was going to introduce people, is Patty Mansbach.
Oh my gosh, you go on dates? That's crazy. I'm so jealous. My friend, he showed me all the girls on Tinder. Wow, there are so many pretty ladies. I thought I never got asked out on a date because I was intimidating. Nope, it just turns out I'm hideously ugly. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I mean, yeah, it's like I can get the good hands in life. I know, gotta just cover my face with a mask. My mom sent me a face mask in the mail because she cares about me. It was very sweet. Except I put it on, it did nothing for my acne. I don't know where she gets her skincare advice from. Whatever. You could get a mask for free in the parking lot. There's a hot tip for you guys.
Thank you, Patty. Coming up.
Hey, I guess I'm new with this, but have you ever heard of prolapsing before? Prolapsing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazingly disgusting, right? I was watching porn one day and it was on the side and I'm like, wow, prolapsing. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you guys are lucky. The mainland is lucky because you guys have a lottery and we don't in Hawaii. So that's the second part. That's whatever. Bye.
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 Our next comedian coming down is Emily. Go.
Yes. Oh, Elmo was listening to all your jokes. Elmo heard a lot of jokes about white people and dicks. Hey, how come Elmo didn't hear any jokes about Elmo? Do you guys have a problem with Elmo?
Uh-huh.
You know what? Elmo's gonna teach you all a lesson right now. You guys love Cookie Monster? Oh, well, guess what? Yeah, you like that, Cookie Monster? You guys like that? Yeah, that's right. If somebody doesn't tell an Elmo joke right now, you're gonna watch Elmo beat the shit out of Cookie Monster. Elmo's not joking. Anybody got an Elmo joke right now?
Is this Sesame Street snuff porn? What is going on?
Alicia Rain with an Elmo joke. I hope. I hope.
Somebody told me once that I was so white it hurts, and it's true. I burn real easy. I need a really high SPF, and the worst time I was outside and somebody came up to me and accused me of witchcraft, and then I was burned at the stake, and my skin was, it was beyond red. It was like, I don't know. I was distracted by the smell, and it's just like, that really hurt my feelings because you deliver the babies of a whole town and this is how they repay you. Catholics, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you,
That's what I got.
Thank you, Alicia. Go.
Yeah, so I have this friend who used to be a car salesman, but now he has a better paid job. He's works in a funeral home, but his sales pitch is pretty much the same. He says like, "Well, what can I do to get you into this coffin today?" Yeah. So okay, well, let's name this tune.
Hello.
Anybody know?
Jeopardy.
What is Jeopardy? What is Jeopardy?
What is
nice.
we got it wrong.
Go.
So I glued my eyes shut when I was 5. There's you see, there's no comedic setup for that. That is just a sad thing that happened. And when you seal an orifice of your body shut at an age before you can ride a bike, nothing is expected from you for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Riding the bike and not driving it directly into traffic then becomes an accomplishment. You know what I mean? Jonice, get the boy in here. I just saw him ride his bike. Bring him in. Bring him in. Wait, don't give him the ice cream cone yet. Oh, wait, check both eyes. Blink them both? Okay, ice cream cone. Good on you today, Kevin. And that's how I know I'm ranked the lowest of my mother's children.
Yeah, Kevin, the
Go.
Go.
Dress.
Oh shit! I thought Gio was still in here. I thought I still had more time. All right. So my one Elmo joke is that the Washington Redskins, were originally named after Elmo. All right, that's the only thing I could think of on short notice. Yeah, it's not like I had the repertoire of Elmo jokes before going into this mic. All right. So I'm starting to think that white comedian means autistic. Son of a bitch, why do I perform outside? Why are there so many motorcycles on a Sunday at 11 p.m.? This is terrible. All right, anyway. So yeah, I'm starting to think white comedian means autistic. Not that there aren't any black people who are autistic, but I don't think there are any black autistic people in comedy. Because black autistic people are too busy being shot by the cops.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's my time.
Go.
Go.
I have this strange. I want all the girls I liked in high school that didn't like me back. I want them to see me do stand up, which is ridiculous because it wouldn't change their perception of me at all. You know, I'd be like, "Hey, remember how in high school I was a virgin who never had any sex?" I'd be like, "Yeah, well, now I brag about it." Okay, folks, that's that joke. All right. I did it last week, so I think I was born in the wrong generation. I was born in the wrong generation. I feel like I should have been born in the Wild West because I think I'd look real hot in that little train conductor outfit. You know what I'm saying? Those overalls with the pinstripe suit. Let me tell you, if I stepped out of an engine, the steam would be coming out of all kinds of places, folks. All right. I'm done. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
Choo.
Thank you, Andrew. All you got to do is join a folk band. I think you can dress like that.
Yeah.
I think it's why folk bands exist, is people like Andrew.
No, that's very true.
It probably is. Guys, that was it. We do this every Sunday. I'll see you next week. It was a fun